on the phone, and so it's narrow. It's not filling up the whole screen. And okay, we're live. I'm gonna give you something to drink.
Hello, hello, hello. I guess I need to find chat and see if there's anybody here. Rosemary left me alone, guys, so. Hello. Let's see. There's Betty. There's Nicole.
Ooh,
there's
here we go.
Carrie. There's Tamar, Patricia, Giovanna, Darla, Candy. Just let her rip. Deneva. Hello, guys. Haughty Popo. Hey, Linda. Hey, Dar. Yes, I did. You buy this stuff today? No, no, I ordered it the other day. Hey, Elaine. Hey, Kathy. I ordered it the other day, and I ordered a kit. If you're talking about the Sashiko or yeah, I got a kit, and it came with all these cool patterns and needles, and it came with the thread, and it came with all these cool thimbles. There's like a leather one, and there's one that you can wear on your tip of your finger, and that's like a thimble ring or something. So yeah, pretty cool.
Very cool.
Hey, Lynn. Hey, Sarah. Watch live. Hurricane wind on 150 miles an hour. 120 miles away. Hey, Jean. Thanks for checking on us.
We got rain all day today.
You got what?
Rain all day long today.
Well, it's headed straight for
We
you.
got some.
Yeah. Well, they I don't even know if it was forecast for today. I was kind of, unless I just forgot. They had said, like tomorrow and the next couple of days, we're gonna get all the humidity and the rain and all that kind of good stuff. But we got rain. I mean, here it's still raining. It's raining right now.
Hey, Mitzi.
Yeah, ours just stopped not too long ago.
Yeah, well, there's a whole lot more rain headed your way.
Yeah, that's what they said. That's what they
Hey,
said.
Linda.
I know. I freaked out because yesterday and the day before, my neighbor had all his trees in his backyard cut down. I was like, uh oh. So I knew that I had one bad tree. So I called someone to come look at it. And when he came to look at the tree I want to cut down, he said, that tree right there's been next to it's been struck by lightning. So that's what happened that day whenever my AC blew out. And
Oh,
yeah, I mean, it has a stripe all the way down the whole pine tree.
oh
So
wow.
it's going to have to go too.
And pine trees, I know in California when they get, lightning strikes, they like explode because it's so dry.
Ooh.
They explode and catch on fire very quickly
Ooh.
when they're struck.
Jean
Sometimes.
said she got her September kit and she loved it.
Yay! Yay! Very good.
Deneva hasn't gotten rain yet. Where are you, Deneva? Elaine got needles and thread and her older than dirt jeans.
Don't forget to get you the material.
Well, I was going to do that too. And then when I saw this little kit, I was like, I have to have the kit because it has.
It's adorable because if you go and get the thread separate and then you get the other thing separate and blah blah blah, you know, you get more for your more
And they
bang.
give you a lot of thread.
Yeah, that'll supply you till you get totally bonkers from sewing in and out, in and out, in and out. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Central Lawn, Arizona. Oh, she's up there with. Is that Arizona or Arkansas?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. She's
Hey, Lori.
So, Deneva, did you guys get rain too, or was this us? I looked on the radar and it looked like it was staying kind of on this side of the, because she's on the other side. Well, she's in
Yeah,
the
she
middle.
said they hadn't gotten any rain yet.
Yeah, she's in the middle, and I'm to the right of her.
So you're east.
Huh?
You're
I'm
east.
into that. See, that's my dyslexia. I'm sorry. See, you see what I do and what I say?
I got mine from Amazon, Patricia.
So you're west, Rosemary?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you might look out because this thing is gonna come onto land and then haul Heine up to New York, right across all the states. That's what I was worried about. I was worried about Peggy driving to Boston, but she got ahead of it. So
yeah. It should fizzle out by then. By the time it gets, that far.
I would hope so.
Elaine said they got thunder but no rain.
Wait.
Also got rain.
Geneva, wait a minute. I'm confused where Geneva actually lives. She's in Northwest Arkansas, or is she saying where I live? I thought, oh dear, I better look at
She's
a
up
map.
by Bentonville.
Oh, why did I think she was in the? I don't know where I thought she was.
Oh yeah, Gene.
You know
Us
what
too.
happens is that I don't write people's names down when they buy something. It just gets printed, and I lose thought of where people actually are physically. I mean, I knew she was in Arkansas, but for some reason I thought she was closer to Little Rock or something. I don't know where I thought she was. Anyway, okay, well, you're going to get the rain soon from us anyway. It's been raining all day long. All right. So, boys and girls, mostly girls, look what I've been doing.
See, cabin mama. Oh my.
I've been fooling around.
You're a brat.
Trying to get ideas. I'm just trying. Well, I have to get ideas before I know what I'm going to put in the kit, right? I mean, I already know quite a few things that are already going to go in, but then I thought, well, if I put feathers, it's kind of dumb just to throw feathers in there. They got to have a reason, So, of course, I went hunting on the Pinterest.
Of course.
For little ideas, and I saw something similar to this. They had beading and all this stuff, and I didn't have the type of beads that they used. So I figure, oh well, I like to make my little fabric beads. That should work just as well.
Exactly.
So I made the beads, and then of course it wouldn't fit. Because it didn't fit, even though it's really, really wide there. It did not fit. So anyway, I had to end up making the bead on there, just wrapping it around and gluing it down.
But a
So,
lot of their stuff though has like the little colored seed beads. Am I right or no?
yeah, I don't know if they're seed beads, but it's small like that. Yeah. It just has a lot of that stuff.
Like on the moccasins and stuff.
Yes, exactly. And I have those kinds of beads, but except for just doing stupid stuff in and out, I don't know how to use them. I don't know how to make like a uniform. Let me show you like I did on my doll. I don't know how to make a uniform line. I mean, this was my attempt, and it was a total failure from what I was trying to accomplish when I made her. Okay, this fabric came with this beading right here. So you can see how you have little seed beads and it's straight lines. All right. So I couldn't even do that right here. Look what I had to leave gaps because it was starting to get wonky on me. So I did I did make all, I did that work. I did, here and here, and I did all that. But, I don't know how to do this. I guess you go in and out and backwards or something. I don't know. I don't know how you do it at all. And I did this, and that was a total failure.
It looks good from here.
Oh, well, thank you, but there's not a straight line there. So I knew I couldn't do it. So then I just did it all. I made it messier than what I was doing naturally so that it kind of looked like that's the way I wanted it to look. But I really wanted a straight line, and I don't know how you do it.
Jean
So
wants to see a close up
of what?
the stitch.
Oh, okay, hold on. The one I'm trying to do, the one that I did. Oh, but see, I don't have my autofocus on. Okay, what I'm trying to do is just a plain old stupid straight line, with all these little beads, a straight line. I don't know how to do a straight line.
Elaine said, did you string them first before you sewed them on the fabric?
No.
But there you go.
But that's the fake. That's fake. The real people, sew them on. I'm trying to do it like for real. I did these for real. I sewed those in there.
Okay, well, did you draw a line to follow?
No,
No wonder it's wonky.
No, I don't mean wonky that way. I mean wonky that I can't get them close together. I don't know what that stitch is to make it look like it's a running bead as opposed to just stacked up beads that aren't connected, because that's what mine ended up looking like. Yeah. There's a way you go in and down and over and back. You kind of over loop them. But I mean, I know the concept. I just don't know how to do it. So anyway, so I said, well, I'll just do it my way. That's usually how I make all my stuff. I don't know how to do it for real, so I do it fake. And then it becomes my technique. How do you do that, Rosemary? Oh, it's a really, difficult thing. Let me show you how to do that. I went through great pains to develop this technique. Let me show you how it's done. But anyway, so I just faked it. So
like they say, fake it till you make it.
Yeah, I made it. Yay!
Okay, here's the link to the one that I got.
Woohoo!
If I can get it in there. Okay, there you go. Hey, Mary. Hey, Monkey 911. Colleen.
Who's monkeying around?
Azure. Lovely Peeps.
Let me put this stuff away.
Oh, thank you for taking me off. My arm was getting tired.
We're going to have to figure out what we're going to do. Let me take a drink.
Rose, are you going to do a doll kit like that?
A what?
Are you going to do a doll kit like that?
No.
Okay.
No. Oh, Sarah's here. Sarah!
Jean said, draw a line with chalk and stitch your line.
No. Who said that?
Jean Moran.
Jean, you don't know what my question is. I know how to draw a line. I know how to sew in a line. I don't know how to sew beads.
We were just going off the part where you said you went wonky. We didn't know if that was a mental state that you went into or if it was that you're...
I went wonky because I don't know the proper stitch.
Hey, Candy.
To back stitch and over loop and all that kind of stuff. Look at this beautiful book that was sent to me. Is that pretty?
What does it say?
I have no idea.
Pronounce it.
I'm not, I don't even know what the language is.
Oops.
What is that language?
Pig Latin.
I'm sure somebody in the audience knows what language this is.
Cinnabonkyonk Ikitoba.
Okay, Janice says it looks like check. It could be very well.
Thanks for translating that, Susan.
Texican, there you go. Spanglish.
No, I know the Spanglish. This isn't the Spanglish. Anyway, I mean, the inside is, I don't even know what it is, but it's not, interesting at all in this aspect of pictures. Whoops, shut up. I was right. There's a picture. What the heck is this about?
What is that?
I don't have any idea.
I don't know, man, but be careful. Don't be showing no Czechoslovakian porn on here.
Well, I'm assuming it has to do with plants. I mean, my goodness.
Darla sent you a link on how to do the stitch you want on YouTube.
Well, I'm surprised she didn't volunteer to come over and do it for me.
She's the linker.
I think she knows how to do it, so I won't feel stupid. Okay, but anyway, I just think it's a darling little book.
It's a darling little book that looks boring inside.
It is, but
the cover is beautiful.
But if you just use pages throughout,
yeah,
it has nice. It's really a nice, like a tea stain almost color. It's pretty.
Deborah,
it'll be cute to work with. I'm happy with it. And then, okay, so just so you guys can be a little prepared to know what I did with the stuff in my kit. Uh-oh, where'd that go? We're not going to work on it, obviously, but the stuff that was in my kit, I went and tea stained it, only because I didn't want it so bright. So, you know, if you already got yours, these are like almost white. So I just soaked them all in a little bit of tea, just so that, you know how like if you get a piece of that bark cloth, it's really white, and it was just too white. Ooh, I'm looking on the monitor. It still looks white, but it isn't. It's very tea stained. That is weird. I'm looking at the monitor. It doesn't even look like I did anything to them. Why are you showing that, Rosemary? It looks the same.
Well, you know what? It looks more off-white in StreamYard than it does in
yeah, we're in StreamYard.
In YouTube.
What does YouTube look like? White or?
Yeah, YouTube looks white.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you guys don't even know what I'm talking about. All right. Well,
imagine tea stain.
Yeah, you'll just have to trust me that this is now all tea stained and grungy looking. Well, you can see look. You can see the back of that at least, maybe. I don't know.
Yep.
That's what all of it looks like. So anyway, so I did that just so
that looked like a dirty diaper.
Because some of those pieces were just like this was pure white, and that was just too much. And then this was shiny, and it was too glossy. So when I put it in the tea, it kind of toned it down a little bit.
Yeah.
So so that's what I did with the pieces. So in case you guys want yours toned down a little bit, if you think they're too bright, even though a lot of them were vintage pieces, they still were like white. So you might want to do that just in case. Oh, and I did my little piece of
like that garden blessing.
My little piece of doily. I did that too with that. Okay, so in case you want to do that ahead of time. And then you guys got a pattern. Where's my pattern? I don't know where it is right now. But anyway, that had this shape. So you might want to go ahead of time too, if you want to do it together, and cut out some out of cardboard and be ready to play around with those. And what I did with these, oh, here's the pattern. No, that's not the pattern either. Never mind. So what I did with these is I covered them with pattern paper, but you can cover it with anything, tissue paper, whatever you have. I didn't have enough of the pattern paper to send to send it out in the kits, but a lot of you, I'm sure, have some. But it's not necessary if you don't. But anyway, I put that on all of them first, and then came back and went through my napkins, and just tore out little pieces of the napkin and put them on there. And I think it looks kind of cute. So that will be like the backdrop for what we're actually going to do.
That is so stinking cute.
It's stinking cute. I know. And so this is like when we get, really working on them, this is what's going to look really cool. And so then when you flip it, you have that in the back. All right, so that's something else you guys might want to be working on when you get your pattern. Cut out a few of those, and then I cut out the other one. All I've done is put a little bit of gesso on them to cover up some of the writing on there. And then I'll probably do the same thing I did with these, just to be, consistent. And
You
then
could string them all together.
and then yeah, it would look cute, huh? That would
Yeah.
look cute. Or you can turn them into a fan. An upside mannequin. Wah!
How many? So about how many? You said a few of them. How many should they make?
It's going to be kind of chunky. Probably I'd be happy with like maybe 4 or 5. I just went kind of crazy there. So I'd have them at different stages, when I'm working with them with you guys. So I don't know, maybe 4 would be enough, maybe 4. 4 might be plenty, 4 or 5.
And the nice thing about the pattern paper is it's already that grungy color.
Yeah, it's already, yeah, exactly. And then I just run around the edges with something. With this. I went around the edges. The coffee colored. So if you guys are getting antsy, that's something you can do ahead of time. If you're going to wait around for me. Some people just go ahead and do what they want to do, which is wonderful. I'm just trying to give you ideas.
Giving you some prep work.
Yeah, giving you something to do in case you're bored. In case you're like, oh, when's she gonna do that? When is she gonna do that? Okay, so that's that.
Well, that's something we can do if the power goes out.
And I've been gutting out some of the books that Darla sent me, and a few. I had about maybe 3 or 4 books already, and I've been gutting those out to put into the packets for the next month. I got pieces of fabric that I've been cutting up strips to incorporate into the kit, and Elaine. This is all Elaine's fault. She sent me some copies of some photographs from her Indian book.
Oh yeah, you showed us those. Those are cool.
Okay. So I looked up the book that has the big pictures, which we really can't use anyway. But what am I trying to say? Where's that other book? Where's the book I'm looking for? Oh, I think where did I do the cover? Hold on. Is it this one? Oh, I think it's next. I already tore the book apart, and I just have the pages. Okay, but what happened was, it was kind of cool. Look how pretty that cover is. That's one of the ones that Darla sent. I think I'm pretty sure. I'm getting mine and the ones she sent confused. Anyway, so I had looked through this whole book when I got it, right? I think this is one from Darla also. And so then the other day, I looked at it maybe once or twice. And then I was looking at, again, the pictures that Elaine had sent me. And I'm going, wait a minute, where have I seen that picture before? I know I've seen it before. Well, some of them are in here. But it's just that these are, like pictures of pictures of pictures. But the ones that Elaine has are like, you know,
Pictures.
the real photographs as opposed to, probably a copy, whatever. I'm not explaining myself. It's just the quality of the paper and the printing. And so then I went through it again. I go, oh, okay, I know who this guy is now. Interesting stuff. So now the challenge with this book is, except for a few pages, most of these are like, well, are really, really like big pictures. See?
Yeah. Those
Um,
are cool though.
and I really hate tearing them out. Well, I don't mind. Well, let me backtrack. Obviously, I want you guys to get these pictures because that's the whole point, to put them in the kit. But I'm just wondering how you're going to be able, like, to literally use them.
Did you not watch Johnny's scanning video with your iPhone yesterday?
No, but not
Okay.
everybody can scan.
That's true.
I mean, if you can, that's great. But and you can make them smaller. But obviously, I'm not going to do all that. But look, see something like that? How beautiful! You don't want to waste. And it's big, unless you guys are going to make a big journal. I don't know what you guys are doing. Let me see what size these are. I mean, they're just gorgeous. Okay, that's 10. I don't think you're making a book 10 inches tall. This is 10 by 8.
So Mary said if there are pictures across several books, there may be a chance they might be in the public domain.
These are. A lot of these are.
Well, then then they can be taken from there into a smaller size.
Yeah. But I want to share these pictures with you guys. I want you guys to have some of these. I mean, like, that's too big, but at least like something like this one you could use. You know what I mean? Anyway, so it's been fun getting educated on that. I won't share all the information yet. We'll go through that when we're actually physically doing it. But it was very interesting to read about the guy that took these photographs. We're learning history. Every time I put a kit together, I do my research. And it's fun. It's fun to find out new things. So I know we haven't even started our sewing one, and I'm already talking about this one. And I've already started putting together the next one. So, okay, let me look up and see what's going on. Oh, yeah, that was what Mary said. Yes.
That's my job.
Yeah, the Native American kit will be October's. Thank you very much for keeping me straight. I'm getting way too confused because I'm already working on November's. So that's why I'm getting a little confused.
Hey, Beth.
Hey, Beth. Okay, so what are we going to do?
You're going to Sashiko.
No, I
No?
don't have any of my stuff. I don't have anything.
Didn't you tell us all to be prepared?
Yeah, I did. So this is the test. Are you prepared? Okay, I know how to wing things. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do something. Okay. Get off my case. We'll do it together. Let me find. Look at this, what I found. I just thought this was so gorgeous. I rarely buy fabric unless I'm getting something specific for you guys for the kit, because heaven knows I do not need any more fabric. So I don't buy fabric anymore. But I was naughty. Look what I found.
It's cyanotype.
Thank you. And also it's blue for you know what?
Blue for blue.
No, our sewing. It reminds me of denim, right?
Oh, for the Sashiko.
And the indigo, obviously. Yes. So I think this is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's
And I really, 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 really like it. So I got me a little piece of that.
So you could make that out in your yard with some ferns and cyanotype.
Yes, ma'am. I've got all the
Norma.
stuff. I got all the stuff. So, so what are we gonna do? Let me go get. I need some white thread. I need some white thread. It's right here.
You have to have the proper.
See, I don't have like the real stuff. So we're gonna fake it with the fake stuff. I am anyway. And that's not even white, but that's okay. It probably looks white to you guys. Why is everything so bright? I didn't change the settings. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I think that's more white, maybe.
It looks the same.
Does it? Now, see here, it's different. This has a little bit more of a cream tone to it than that one. So, all right, now I got to find a needle that all that will go through. Good luck, Rosemary. I've got these, but that's long. That's a long little booger. Okay. So have that and that. Let me get this out of the way. Let me see if I have a different fabric that I can use besides cutting that up before I know what I'm doing. But I'm gonna do it with the practice one.
What kind of breeches you wearing?
What?
What kind of breeches you wearing?
Wait a minute. I'm 2 rooms away from you. Hold on. Oh, where's my clothes?
Tea stain dress forms. Mary is happy. Breeches. That's what we wear in Texas. Breeches. Go put your breeches on. Too big for your breeches.
Do you know I don't have anything blue?
I said, what kind of breeches do you have on?
Oh, they're not blue. I don't have any blue. It's so weird.
Polyester anyway.
The only blues I have are like aquas and teals, but I don't have like blue. Because like I told you guys, I don't even like this color except, when I'm dealing with my indigos and the cyanotype, I love it. But just like to go buy fabric or anything, I'm just not into that color at all. So,
well, do you not have a dark, just like a plain dark?
Isn't that weird? Maybe not.
Candy, there's a pattern in the fabric kit, a dress form that you trace onto cardboard, and then you just put pattern paper or whatever on it, and then collage napkin on it. She said you could make 4 or 5 if you got bored.
Is this dark enough? No, huh?
Not with white thread.
Well, I might even have to do a different color of thread then. Let me go see what I've got. I'm just not a dark colored fabric person.
I'm so glad she told us to be prepared.
Be quiet.
So you can hear me 2 rooms away. Hey, Donna. How's things down under? Hey, Nana. No, she gets rid of all her kits. All the scraps from her kits, she sells them in a scrap bag.
Okay, I'm going totally rogue.
Rogue.
And we're going to do black and white, and I'm going to use black and white thread correspondingly upside down and backwards. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing because that's what I want to do. So let me find that I have some black. I got to find another needle. I don't even know if I have black thread. Uh-oh. Oh. There we go. There's black for that. And then there's the white for that. Oh, I need real white now. Okay. Alrighty. Whoa, I'm losing stuff. Okay, how many other people are ready? I bet you I'm not the only one not ready.
I'm ready.
Susan's making me feel like I'm the only one not ready. I bet you 95% of those people out there aren't ready.
Well, they all seem to be ready.
Ready to watch. Ready to watch me show them I don't know what I'm doing. Okie dokie. All right, so let me get this out of the way. Oh, here's my original pattern. Yay! Oh, and I'll make it something small. Ooh. Oh, I might have to switch this whole thing up and make a black and white cloth book. How cool would that be?
Oh my gosh, was she stitching on it?
Oh. 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 So I'm going to make something that I could turn into a page. That's a good size.
See, you're okay because they're still having a meet and greet out in the foyer.
Oh gosh, I know. They're going to be doing that all night. They couldn't care less what's going on over here. I've had those kind of parties at my house before. Where is everybody? Oh, they're outside sitting by blah, 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 talking to so-and-so, listening to yada, yada, yada. Oh, okay. Okay. So, now I need to cut that a little bit straight. That's a little on the wonk side.
A little wonky.
That's very, very, very wonky.
Oh, Nana says she can kiss and sew at the same time.
I think it would depend who you're kissing. Sometimes you want a distraction. Sometimes you don't. That's all I can say about that.
Edie has an inside source at the Hobby Lobby, so.
Oh, and so that means what? She can kiss anytime or what?
No, Dee Dee.
Oh, okay.
The stuff that Dee Dee was showing that she got on clearance at Hobby Lobby. She's friends with one of those ladies up in that Hobby Lobby because I see her talk to her.
Oh, okay.
So they give her the scoop.
So what's on sale now?
I guess they're, you know how they have their clearance to make.
Oh, yeah. That time of year again? Wow. That went fast. That's still kind of wonky, huh?
Yep, Mary. Clearance sale.
Okay.
That one looks like it already has a pattern on it.
Yeah, but we're going to emphasize the pattern.
There you go.
We're going to emphasize the pattern.
You can sew across the lines to make them look like X.
X's, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There's one little piece. And then we can use some of the leftover of this somewhere.
Everything is so still. When I was outside earlier looking at my tree, it was the wind whipped up pretty good.
Look at the birdie. Now, which way is this going to go? It's probably going to fold this way, huh?
Hey, Aaron Klosner.
Aaron. Okay, so maybe I'll go that way. Oh, she may not want to watch because there's stitching involved. Aaron's anti-stitching.
No, she's anti-slow stitching. This is not slow stitching. This is sashiko.
Yeah. So I think doesn't mean I'll use all these, but I'm just cutting some stuff out to be a little prepared in case I go crazy.
Rosemary was not prepared for class tonight, so she is having to improvise, and she is going to do sashiko stitching using all the wrong materials. For people who don't have it. Hey, Denise.
Well, since when do I do things like other people do?
That's right.
That's boring.
That's right.
That's why I don't want you to do exactly what I do. I'm just trying to inspire you to go, ooh, that looks cool, but I think I'll do it this way.
S is in Sam, A-S-H-I-K-O.
And I think I'm going to iron those down. I don't want it to be extra. I'm trying to do anything that will not make this difficult for me because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So I'm going to iron those down a little bit so that.
Sashiko stitching is from back in the day in Japan. It started out as how they used to mend their blue jeans or their denim pants, and they turned it into an art of stitching. Denise, luckily I'm on the clean side of the hurricane. Because I'm right at Houston, so it's hitting 235 miles. It's hitting right on the Texas-Louisiana border. That's right, Mary. It's patching. It's Japanese patching with fancy stitch.
Straight stitch.
Straight stitch.
No fancy.
Okay, not fancy. But it's fancy the way that the guy does it. I mean, this guy's as fast as a little sewing machine.
He is. Well, you know, how long have they been doing that? Probably since they were a child. You did what to your knees on your pants? Get in there and sew them.
Koshashiko.
You did what? Say what?
Me too, Denise. That's a tough one for anybody to have to go through. A 4. Learning something new again. Hey, Miss Allie.
What did you learn now?
No, that's Mary learning something new again.
Oh. Yeah, this goes back centuries, you know, obviously way before there was, you know, denim. It was all there's silk and cottons and stuff. And there was, like in most countries and continents, there was times where things were extremely poor and you didn't have certain things around, whether it was, you know, food or material or whatever it was. And so I did my scissors. So during that period of time, you wore everything over and over and over, handed it down, mended it until there was nothing left. And then when there wasn't anything left, then you took pieces from that and you used the same mending method and patched everything together. What would, you know, you would consider here in the States a quilt, but it was like a crazy quilt and just pieces.
Miss Allie said, "Is someone there with Rosemary, or is she just talking different sometimes?"
It all depends which one you think is Rosemary. I'm talking to you guys.
Yeah, she's talking to you guys.
Attention. Anyone that's paying attention.
I'm just Rosemary. I just read chat for Rosemary when she's teaching.
Yeah, I'm really teaching.
Teaching y'all how to make it through a situation when you're not prepared.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't know that this wasn't part of the lesson if you kept telling them that I wasn't prepared. This might be part of the lesson, you know.
It is part of the lesson.
Oh, okay.
All right. This is sashikoing on a dime.
On a rice grain.
Hey, Jillian.
Okay, I think that is iron.
Oh, Mary said she's learning, so you must be teaching.
There you go. I like your attitude, Mary.
That's right.
Like some other people around here.
Mary always puts a positive spin on everything.
There you go. She's the spinster. Not spitster, Spencer. You know what I'm saying?
Allie said she knows nothing about sashiko stitching, so anything you say will be right.
Alrighty. Okay, so we'll just start on one, and it's just very simple. It's just a running stitch. But the trick to show if you know how to do it or not, which I'm telling you right now, I do not know. I've never done it. I didn't even practice just to see how easy or how hard it is. The key is when you do the stitch that goes down and under is supposed to be half of the stitch that goes up and over. If you can do the half, the full evenly, you know what you're doing. I obviously do not know what I'm doing, so it's not going to happen. But that's your ultimate goal, is See, I don't even know what the top and the bottom of the stitch is called, so I can't even tell you.
I
Like,
don't even know. I didn't even know that.
well, that's why you're here, and I'm teaching you something, unlike what you were trying to make it look like I didn't know what I was doing.
Hey, Amy. I have a squeaky dog.
That's cute. We like that. We like knowing people are having fun, even if it's the doggy. Okay, so now we're gonna have a 10-minute break while I try to put the needle.
Okay, let me see what this says. This says how to make the stitches neater. It says Sashiko stitches of continuous patterns look the best when you stitch in the following ratio. Right side, wrong side equals 3:2, whatever that means. There is no rule as to how big the stitches should be, but when the stitches are too small, the fabric tends to get wrinkly, and when
Yeah.
too big, the pattern would look less clean.
It looks
Try to keep the
pretty.
stitch size consistent throughout your work.
Well, they're just trying to make it easy for you so you don't get all stressed out. But the real way, you need to have the top and the bottom. Whatever's on the top needs to be the same size all the way across. You know what I mean, Chili Bean? And I already know I can't do that. So this is going to be fun.
And the cool thing about it is you don't put your needle in and pull it all the way out and you just keep on until it's all bunched up on your needle.
Yeah.
And then you pull
You don't move your needle, you move the fabric.
Yes.
I don't know if that's true for all kinds of stitching, but it's true for this stitching. I'm just going to try and get that in there. Now here's the fun part. Putting it where you can see it and putting it, when I do that, it's where I can't see it. Because, oh dear. Okay, so.
Oh, I see how they did it. I see how
Alright,
they're doing it. Yeah.
So when you go, okay, let's say you're going to, I don't know what measurements are, but whatever this is, then you should come up half that distance up.
Right. And then you go far out.
And then you do the same size, that whatever stitch you did on the top before, then you go under that amount. And then I think this needle's too thick. And then you try to get that same, and you just hold your needle steady and you do the sewing with your hand and the fabric. And I'm getting that one way too big. And because you're using contrasting thread, it's going to be real noticeable if you messed up or not. So even though,
Hey, Jennifer. So Elaine says, sounds like hand quilting to me.
well, I'm sure that's what it ended up being. Sometimes we just don't know the origins of stuff. I've never done hand quilting, so. Okay, let's pull it through and look at the big boo-boo. Whoops, now I can't even get that through.
That's an awful big ring you're wearing. Have I ever noticed it before?
I don't know, have you?
Is that what came in the fabric kit?
Oh my goodness, look! It almost worked! Look!
Hold it up so we can see.
Holy moly!
Okay, let's see the back.
I've never done a running stitch. You won't see nothing because it's white. But it might be too small because it is a little puckery.
Yeah, you don't want puckery.
You don't want
about puckery.
No puckery. I've already done it wrong if it's puckering. That's okay. This is just a learning session.
Eileen said if you used real Japanese thread, you have to snap the thread so it doesn't twist and lays flat.
Yes, exactly, because it comes twist. So when you snap it, it untwists it. But that's what makes it strong.
Okay, what's the snapping? Because I don't see anything on here about snapping.
Well, see, you got to read. You got to read more. You don't just buy a kit and start sewing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I thought you were going to teach me. Why would I read if you're going to teach me? Dang.
Well, hey, here I am trying to teach you. You're going, no, that's wrong. It's already puckering. No puckering. Not supposed to have any puckering. Well, who's teaching who around here? That's all I want to know.
I just reading the directions.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to bring this across over here. And if you do it right, well, again, if you do it right.
Hey, Eileen. Hey, Judy.
So if you do it right, your stitches, when you go side by side, they're going to be exactly, and you know mine aren't going to be, but that's your goal. We're talking about the goal once you have mastered this.
Okay, Natalie's asking, hello, Natalie, do you use all the threads of the embroidery floss or do you separate it? So if you do this officially and use a sashiko thread, you use it all.
Yeah, and I used it all here, which is pretty thick. But see, the Shishiko thread, it has more more silkier, so it's smoother. And so I'm not dealing with. Okay, so now here's the tricky part. Now, I know I'm gonna mess up.
What's the snapping?
See, these threads. I don't know if these are or not, but those threads you have.
Yeah.
They are twisted like this when they're made.
Okay.
All right. And that's like they don't come apart. And so before, like after you thread it and before you use it, you would say this is just 2 pieces. You would go like that. You would snap them. And what that does, don't ask me because I haven't tried it. But that's what the instructions are to do. And I guess I don't know if that makes them stronger. I don't know if it makes it easier to go through to sew. I honestly don't know.
Well, these instructions don't say anything about snapping.
Well, you got to do a little research. You got to do a little research.
It tells you how to make a corner needle. When you're crossing stitches, you do not cross on the
yeah, that's important too. I haven't gotten to the crossing part yet. Yes, that's very important.
Do not cross on the right side.
Exactly. There is stitching etiquette when it comes to this. Don't forget the etiquette. Whoops.
Well, you did do your research. I got to give you kudos.
Well, see, that's part of being prepared.
Yes, you are prepared as far as the knowledge.
As far as teaching. Hello.
Yes. Great job.
I can teach. I just can't do. Just like they say, if you can't do it, teach it. I can't do it. Well, I've never done it. I never tried. Okay, so let's see.
I guess that would make me the grasshopper.
All right, so let's see the big reveal. Da, 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 da. Well, almost.
I like it.
Almost, huh? I'm off a little bit right here. And that one could have been a little bigger. But anyway, that just, that's like with anything, you practice, and you might get it. I don't know. I'm hoping. And with me, I'm kind of, well, everyone already knows I'm a little strange, but I only need to make one and then I'll be happy. It isn't like I have to master it and keep doing it. I just like saying I tried it. Oh yeah, I've done that before. I tried that. I have a little book over there that I tried that stitch. Let me show it to you. And then I'm perfectly happy. All right, so let's try this again. Oh, that came out way too. Okay, that one's already a boo-boo. See, I'm already.
Eileen says, no, I didn't. I mean, I just bought the kit when she told me to be prepared. So Eileen said to snap the thread, you cut a length of thread, Place
Uh-huh.
one end in each hand, tighten it, and grab it with your teeth in the middle and snap it.
Oh my goodness, this sounds like a dance from Hairspray.
She says she took classes with ladies from Japan and they taught us how to do it.
Wonderful. Did you guys
So,
ever see Hairspray, the movie?
yes, I did.
Okay, what she just said sounds like a dance from that movie. Now, listen to music and say that again with like a rhythm to it. And
Okay.
it's a dance. Come on, say
Cut
it.
a length of thread, place one end in each hand, tighten it and grab it with your teeth in the middle and snap it. I said, snap it. Are you sure that wasn't from that movie with John Travolta and
No,
what was
I
that?
think it's from Legally Blonde.
That weird movie with
That
the
Legally Blonde. Oh, you're talking about Pulp Fiction?
oh yes, that sounds like something they would do.
Okay, what do you guys think? What do you guys think?
Snap it real good. Boom, 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 boom. Now, if your teeth go flying across the living room, you can blame Eileen.
Now, you guys, now Sarah is very humble. Sarah has gone to classes for this. She's done piece quilt pieces with this. So Sarah knows how to do this too. And she's back there probably just laughing at me. But Sarah knows. Sarah knows. Sarah knows how to do a little bit of everything.
Yay. So I can't say that I've tried everything, but I can say that I've bought everything. Oh yeah, I've bought a little of that. Yes, I've bought a little of that.
I dabbled in that, yeah. It's
Oh,
right
I
over
have a
here
kid
in my bar.
upstairs. I can do that.
Yeah.
No, she did not, Mary. This is the first time in Rosemary's entire life that she is attempting the sashiko stitch.
Yes. Hey, I'm liking this. Ha! It's not right, but I still like it. I mean, it's way off, but I think I could get the hang of this.
Now, if you'll just add some seed beads to it, you'll be on a roll. Ami says you are doing a great job and it looks really nice.
Oh, what's she after? Would
I
she be
don't know.
That's just like so unlike her.
That is not how squirrel talks. Sarah said she thinks you're doing great. It's a sashiko.
Oh, thank you. See the master speaking. Okay, I feel good.
Thread on, thread off.
Now, when you get to know what you're doing, you hide. Well, when you're sewing something on top like this one is, you hide your knots in between the fabric so that it's reversible. But I'm not there yet. I'm not even going to try to pretend I am. So I'm just going to show all my knots.
Or not.
Or not.
So you're going all the way across without taking it off your needle, or?
I got about 3/4 of the way, and then it was feeling too thick.
Yeah. See, you have a long needle.
Yeah.
She's going to show you that part, Mary. It's whenever you're making like a cross stitch, like a plus or an X. Whenever it says not to cross on the right in the middle, I think it means the right side of the fabric. Is that right?
I read that like 3 or 4 times, and my dyslexia, and you tell me left, right, and go to this and that. It's like it's not registering in my head.
Yeah, I have a picture of it, and it shows when you're crossing stitches. So if you're sewing in a horizontal, and then you come back and you sew vertically across those horizontal stitches, When you cross a stitch, it's telling you to go under the stitch.
Oh, okay.
So the right side means don't cross on the right side of your fabric.
Okay, so you just saying that made it clearer than when I was reading it.
Did I teach something?
Yes, ma'am.
Woohoo!
Doesn't mean I could do it now, but at least I could visualize it better than when I was reading it because I can't read and visualize.
I have a picture.
Hey, look, guys, I went all the way with one stitch. Hello. I don't know what that means, but that's what they want you to do. So at least I did it. Now, if I can get my needle through, I'll be okay. I just love when I don't know what the heck I'm doing. You know, the pressure's off when you don't know what you're doing. Because if you come across and you say, oh, yeah, I've done this 100 times. Now I'm going to show you how to do it. The pressure is on because you better perform. But hey, when I tell you I've never done this before, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Hey, anything goes, you know?
Okay, Mary needs a picture. I don't know how I can show this picture.
Hold on. I'll put you on in a second right now. I mean, not a second.
No, I
Wait.
want to be on now.
All right, lady. Okay. It's all yours.
Okay, let me see if I can get. Okay.
I don't think I can get all the way across.
See how the stitch goes across? And this is not, I'm trying to focus in here. I'm on my iPhone. Okay, so that is the correct way that you would do it. See in the middle how they went under the stitch? And over here, they went over the stitch. So whenever you come to a stitch going the opposite direction, you want to go under that stitch so you have your pretty stitch on the right side of your fabric. And this is not focusing because you don't have autofocus on an iPhone. So
shame on you. All that money for an iPhone, there's no autofocus.
I know.
Something wrong with that picture.
Yes, so you cross the stitch in the back. Okay, she understands. She got it.
Oh, I'm glad she knows. Now she can teach me.
Yeah. Okay, so you can put it back on you now.
Oh, okay. Now, the amount of thread I have left isn't enough to go all the way. So you would, if you're doing it right, you would end it underneath here and then start with some new thread. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not trying to do it perfect. I'm just trying to get the hang of the in and out of the stitch thing.
She does look like Holly Hobby.
Who does?
Isn't that I don't know. The lady that's talking on the RNC right now, she looks like Holly Hobby. Is that Mike Pence's wife? I think it's the second lady. Clear as mud. I'll shoot you a picture, Jean, and send it to you. Right. So there is no stitch in the center of the cross. Exactly.
But just getting the up and down the right side, the right amount, that there is going to take, at least for me, forever to master that.
That's an option, Mary. Some of it you just make going in one direction, but if you choose to make the both directions, then the proper way would be to go under the stitch that you're crossing.
Because there's a lot of the traditional patterns that are beautiful for this kind of work, and the patterns they're crossing over all the time. I think my stitch needs to be longer because for some reason it's puckering, or maybe not as close to each other. Maybe that's it. All right, so that's the end of this thread.
Well, I guess it's also a way of crossing over to another section without showing your junk.
Right. That pattern is supposed to have like not have a break. So whenever you're going to, it needs to be underneath it so you don't see it. You're not gonna supposed to cross over it.
Let me see if I can get these patterns out. I'm going to put you on hold.
Yeah. If you just go to Pinterest and type it in, under pattern, you'll see all the different beautiful patterns. But I wasn't going to attempt a pattern. I'm just trying to get the space correct, or just attempt it. Let's put it that way.
Oh no, they have the directions on the back of the pattern, but they're in Japanese.
Uh-oh. Holy moly.
Let me see if I can get some light.
Okay, so that it doesn't allow. This is very crooked.
I wasn't set up for show and tell.
Oh, so you weren't prepared either.
No, I was prepared to do my job here, but
Oh, okay.
and I just sat on this bag that has the needles in it. If you hear me make a screeching noise. Okay. So I have one here.
Hold on.
Okay. I'm holding.
Hey. Oh, there you
Okay. So see, there's the directions in the back, and they're all in Japanese.
go. Very good. All we need is a translator now.
Hey, there's Joggles. Okay, so here is the pattern. So you can see that you're just going from place to place. So that's why you would need to not cross your stitches on the right side. And then they have a pattern that looks like this, which this would be very pretty. This is
I like that one.
quilting patterns.
Yeah.
And then they have a pattern like this.
That looks like cathedral quilt when you the piecing quilt.
Let me see if that's what it is.
I don't think it would be in Japanese.
Oh, it's cathedral set. So those are the different patterns and these are big samples that they give you.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought they were going to be dinky. I think I saw that kit and I said, nah, I didn't realize they were going to be so generous. So I'm going to go get it.
Because I think this is double, actually. I can't tell. No, it's just thick. Oh, there it is. Yes, it is. It's double that size.
See?
Holy moly. Oh, but you know what? You wouldn't do that. You're probably making a pillow or
I think
a wash.
those are pillows. Yeah.
Or a wash rag.
I think they were advertised as, at least the one I saw was advertised as a pillowcase.
I bought one kit, and it came with three patterns, and it came with three thimbles, three different types of thimbles. It came with the 5 skeins of the sashiko thread. It's a 40 if that means anything to anybody. And then it came with the needles.
And so you can see on that pattern, the stitches, how the stitch is twice as long as it goes underneath.
Put you back on.
And that's your, no, I'm sure you're on your
Oh.
pattern, there.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not doing it right, but that pattern shows right there. When you look at those lines, the stitch that goes underneath is about half of the length of the stitch over. I know there's a terminology for all that. I just don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either.
I'm over here hoping I don't start bleeding from
Oh,
getting that needle.
don't bleed. Okay, put it back on you because I want to watch you if you're going to bleed.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know, I do like a little accent of red with my black and white, so that'll be perfect.
Yuck. I'm trying to get the link here again. Okay, let's see. It's called a Sashiko kit. Yokota Sashiko. Okay, select.
I like my birdie.
No.
Okay, there's the link. I'm not used to linking on my tablet.
Yeah. I'm just going to put one more stitch and call this one on the sides done. And
How many threads? 6 like floss? Let me see how many. Golly, dude, I don't even know how many threads are in here.
don't cross over.
Cross under.
I'm just going to hide it and go from the back.
Let me see if I can tell. It could be Patty, but not when Aaron's in the room. Yeah, it does. Well, the English instructions are on paper, not on the back of this not on the back of this pattern. It's not in no English. Those are really tiny threads that are twisted together. So it's not as big as that DH or whatever you call that
Yeah,
embroidery floss.
I know what you mean.
According to Google, the underneath stitch is called a fill stitch.
Okay, well, your field stitch is supposed to be half the sizes. What's the top one called?
Yes, dishcloths. These are going to be dishcloths. You know what? If I put all, yeah, DMC, run DMC. Isn't it right? Mary's correcting me in chat.
What did you do wrong now?
I don't know. I said DMC. I think that's a rapper.
Yeah. From long gone time.
Hi, Angie. Hi. Yeah, because if I put all this work in this, I'm certainly not going to put it in there to be used as a washcloth. No. Those are guest towels. The guests are not even allowed to use them. No.
You could frame it and put it in the bathroom.
There you go. You just think you want to break glass in case of emergency. Break glass.
Uh-oh, I did this one wrong. I started going odd, even. Oh, dear. How am I going to get back right?
Okay, I thought she was telling me. I thought DMC was wrong. So I was right. She was asking me, is that what I meant? Yes, that's what I meant.
Oh. I messed up, guys. Big time.
I don't think we would know.
Well, for those discriminating eyes. I know I messed up.
I don't see anybody else up on this screen sewing no sashiko.
How many times have I done stuff with you guys that I've never done before?
Doing it now.
I don't mind being the guinea pig.
I don't see anything in chat because all of a sudden it decided to upgrade my YouTube.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
No.
Uh-oh.
I hate it when it gets dark and there's a storm coming.
I know Kikigumi, huh?
Yes, I hate dark nighttime storms.
I went grocery shopping when I left, it was cloudy. I left in the morning. It was cloudy, but like I said, we didn't have forecast for rain. And halfway through what I was doing, it started pouring, thunder, lightning. I'm going, what the heck's going on around here?
But you know what would be even more freaky is if it was 2:00 in the afternoon and a hurricane came through and it looked like it was 10:00 at night. So,
Oh, scary.
yeah. Okay, so Mary bought hinges and frames last week. Oh, she missed. I'm gonna wait for Allie to tell me what that means.
What means? What means? All right. So at least I've got the little bird down. The bird's down.
Oh, she almost did.
And now
She almost bought the hinges and frames last week, but she passed on it.
the hinges and frames. What are we talking about?
You know, the hinges and frames from chat last week. Did you not read chat last week?
Probably not.
Okay. That was something that they were talking about in chat last week.
Oh, I don't read chat. Unless you tell me, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Colleen says that the sashiko thread looks like 4 strands and finer and thinner than DMC thread. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's way thinner.
Oh, when you were wanting to make the door hinge album.
Oh. I'm still gonna do that.
The temperature in Texas right now, I think it was in the 90s. I know when I went outside with the tree man today, it was hot.
Yeah, ours was like high 80s today because we had a lot of overcast. I think that will go there.
I took all of Betty's hanging plants down because I'm like, well, that's all I need is a plant.
Going through your window. Yeah, I took my umbrella down. I did that when I left this morning. Even though, like I said, it wasn't in the forecast, it just looked creepy. It looked like, at the very least, it was going to be windy, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't want it knocking it over.
Good night, me.
Good night, me.
Well, that's like we have people who they're trampling up in the neighbor's yard because it picks them up from underneath.
Oh, wow. I gotta see if I can go in. Oh, hope I don't lose everybody. I'm gonna see if I can change the brightness on. This is really bad.
So far I am.
Let's see. Brightness. Here we go. That look better?
Yes.
Whoa, that's too dark, huh? Contrast. Well, here we go. I had too much contrast. Now you can see that's not white. White balance. Okay, let's just leave that for now. See how that works. Okay. All right, here we go, ladies. Now I'm going to attempt. We're going to attempt over here. I'm glad my Japanese friends aren't watching this. Well, although it'd be giving them a good laugh.
It could be lurking.
Who, what? What?
It could be lurking.
What are you talking about?
Your Japanese friends.
Oh,
Going, oh, look at her.
I don't think they're watching anything in English.
They don't have to listen to what you're saying. They're watching you.
Oh, they don't even know I have a channel.
Oh, I'm going to tell them then. Hang on, I'll send them a link. Remember your friend Rosemary from Hawaii? Was it when you were in Hawaii?
Yeah, they were my neighbors.
She's over here on YouTube trying to teach people to sashiko.
Yeah, that's when I wasn't paying attention.
That's before you were crafty.
Right. I was all tear down the wall in those days.
Can you imagine what kind of eco dyeing you could have done with all that stuff on the island?
Oh my gosh, shut up. I think about that. And you know, the little town that we moved out at, we lived by, our first house up there. I mean, that was like hippiesville, let me tell you.
How long did you live there?
In that house, let me think. Maybe about 5 years, I guess. About 5 years in that house. And that was, you know, right close to the ocean. And then I found a house. I got tired of living there. You know, if you don't live right on the ocean, I mean, literally the ocean spitting on your your windows, it's just very stifling. Well, compared to here, it's not. You get used to the weather over there and you complain until you come to the mainland and you go back over there and you go, okay, I should not be complaining. But after that, we got a house where what they call up country. It was up toward the volcano, so the elevation was higher. It was cooler. It was really nice, and of course, there was different vegetation. I liked both areas actually. They were very, very different, but I still liked them both. So yeah, I could have been a boiling fool up there, but oh well. And then you never know. Maybe the plants up there don't have a lot of tannin. You know, different different climates. They have, you know, obviously different kinds of plants.
What? Tannenbaum?
Huh?
Tannenbaum?
Tannenbaum, yeah.
So how long altogether? Natalie wants to know.
How long? Oh, we lived there 2 different times. The first time we lived there, we were there for about 3, 4 years the first time. And then the second time we were there for about 11 years.
Wow.
Alrighty. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Yay, yay, yay. Okay. I gotta get this about right.
Why
Was that what?
you can do this while just sitting there watching Netflix. Watch.
So what are you guys are you watching, or is something new going to start showing on Netflix you could recommend? Or
I have. I don't know.
I don't either. I mean, I have Netflix, but to tell you the truth, I don't even know what to watch. I end up watching old stuff instead of new stuff, which is, I don't know why.
Yep.
But I just gravitate toward the old stuff, which, I should be watching new stuff.
Why, Elaine? Why do I need to watch the weather? What's happening? Elaine told me to watch the weather.
Uh-oh. Are you asking me, Natalie, if I miss Hawaii? If you're asking me, the answer is yes. Desperately. I feel, for whatever reason, I feel like that's that's home. I made the best friends there that I've ever made wherever I've lived before. We had to move a lot because of my husband's work earlier in our marriage. And I think that is where I made the best friends.
Hey, Lynn. Hey. Oh, excuse me. Lynn is here.
Hi, Lan. I miss going and shopping at the fresh produce markets. They're open, every day. I miss going down to the ocean and getting fresh fish every day. I miss going to roadside stands and just grabbing a bag of papayas and leaving money, whatever you want to leave.
Wow, you can't do that here.
Yep, you could
Hey,
do
it's not Art.
Hey, Vicky. Yeah, I miss all that. Whoops, what did I do? What'd you
I'm
do?
so upset because I missed all the farmers markets because of COVID.
Yeah. What did I do? See, I started talking about Hawaii and I messed up my whole needle. And of course, I miss. I think it's because, okay, I like diversity. I like to be around all kinds of people. And Hawaii offered that the most out of everywhere I've ever lived.
You didn't go from Hawaii to Fort Smith, Arkansas, did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, Lord.
And so it was like a culture shock for me to come here, honestly.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's what I miss. I miss all the people. I miss the lifestyle. I miss the weather. I don't miss the fact that we lived on the island where it rains a little bit every day. Don't miss that. Let's see. Maybe I'll go across right here, and that I'll have enough thread for that, and then start new going that way. I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, because in Hawaii, it affords you to have friends literally from all over the world. And so, that means a lot of different things. You know, you're exposed to different cultures, different lifestyles, different food, um, and you acquire a lot more awareness of the similarities and the differences, and you learn to embrace both of them equally. And then if you're not stupid, you get to learn a lot of stuff from your neighbors. if, if you let them teach you, you can learn a lot of things. Unlike me, I was just watching. I wasn't trying to learn, which was stupid. But oh well. I didn't know what I'd be doing in the years to come.
Okay, let me look at chat. I had to go check on the weather.
Yes, ma'am.
What island were you on?
I lived on the Big Island the second time we were there, and I lived on Oahu the first time we were there.
Natalie says she visited Hawaii once and loved it. So beautiful.
It is.
Yeah, I wouldn't think the food in Hawaii would be good. I mean, if it's
Oh my gosh.
ugh,
Oh my, what do you think is Hawaiian food?
spam and poi that I gotta sit there and eat like I'm eating mush from a coconut.
Okay, the only people that, okay, you have to realize, like I said before, all the different cultures and all the different people from all over the world that live there.
Pig
And
on
so people that are quote unquote real Hawaiians,
eat.
yes, they'll still eat the poi, but by the time, you know, there's already generations that they do the same thing. They go, yuck, I'm not eating that stuff. So there's not a lot. I mean, if you have a real like equivalent of a cookout, over there, yeah, somebody's gonna bring poi. But is a lot of it going back home where it came from? Yeah. So it's still, somebody just not letting go from making it. It's just still making it. But what's really cool over there is, the way they make their meats and their porks. They cook things in the ground. It just falls apart. They have this rotisserie chicken that's called hula hula chicken. And it's a certain type of barbecue marinade that they put it in. And then they put it on these spigots and then they rotate it. And they had that on the side of the road. And when you'd come home from work, you just go in there, get two of those chickens, go take off again. There was your supper. On the roadside, go get a couple of mangoes and papayas, and you're all set. You're set to go.
Yeah.
Now, but now, it's really hard for everybody over there because, the economy over there is driven by tourism, and basically the islands are shut down. If you go there, you have to quarantine yourself for 2 weeks. Well, that's your vacation. You're not going to go over there and sit in your hotel for 2 weeks and then get back on the plane and go home. So, tourism is just, I mean, the economy there is dead. If you don't work for the government, you don't have a job. So it's really, really, really hard over there right now.
Yeah, that's what my boss said. He said, I need to go to Hawaii to help them with the inventory, but I'll have to quarantine for 2 weeks before I can. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're so full of it.
Yeah. And I think just this week, my friend told me that they locked down again. Before they were, they were doing the social distancing and all that, the locals. But the past week or 2 weeks, there's been a big spike. And that's because they were trying to start up the economy and let people come in. And as soon as that happened, boom, spike. And so they're doing a complete lockdown now. And I think tourists can't come in. You have to be there for a certain, like your boss. If he went there, for the company or whatever, he could probably go. But just to be a tourist and then say you're going to quarantine yourself, they're not even letting that happen now.
Wow.
Two stewardesses for Aloha Airlines have died from COVID. And yeah, so it's not a good time over there for the people. They're all very, very, very stressed out. Because it isn't like you can just go to the next state and get a job,
Right.
You're smack in the middle of the ocean, so there's nowhere to go. Even the inner island travel has been curtailed, except for doctors and things like that. They can go back and forth, but just Joe Schmoes from, even if you're, a resident in Hawaii, they stop the inner island traffic. They're trying to contain it.
Man. Not good.
No, it's not good.
Okay, let's see. Good night, Mary.
Ugh. Okay. I don't know if this is accomplishing anything, but I think I'm slowly getting, there's a rhythm to it.
Yeah, you could tell that once you get it.
Yeah.
I think maybe once you get the real thread, it will be.
I was gonna say this keeps like bunching up. It'd be very helpful to have the right thread
because it's very soft and slick.
Yeah, more silky, right?
Yeah, it's more silky and it's not that thick.
Yeah.
Mary said she loves her sewing kit and thank you for sharing about Sashiko.
You are quite welcome, Mary.
It is very expensive to live in Hawaii, Jean. Or so I've heard. I don't personally know.
Yeah. That's why we eventually moved back. We decided at one point. We moved back in well, I was before we left, while we were there, before we left, I was a mortgage broker. And for a couple of years there, I saw what was happening in the mortgage industry, and that was before the 2000. What was that? 2006, when it all went belly up because of the mortgage part of it. The reason why is the reason, if people are going to be honest. But anyway, and I saw the types of loans they were trying to push, and I was in constant arguments with my bosses, my supervisors, because they wanted me to push certain types of loans. And I said, no, I can't give that person that kind of a loan. They're going to lose their house. And he says, well, it's this and it's that, and we will get so many points, and you're going to make X amount of money on commission if you push those kinds of loans. And anyway, he kept like hounding me to push these loans. And I knew these people were going to lose their homes if I got them into that type of a loan. And so I refused to do it. Yet they're still advertising these kinds of loans at the time. So I'd be getting these phone calls from individuals, applying for that type of a loan. So I would go in. Sometimes they'd come in. Sometimes, I would go to them for the meeting or whatever. And I literally would try to talk them out of getting those loans and push them toward a different type of loan. But of course, the other type of loan, wasn't as attractive for obvious reasons. And so anyway, I told my husband, you know what? I'm going to lose my job pretty soon. My husband had already been disabled because of a hearing loss. And his type of work, he had to have his hearing. And I said, we're going to get stuck on this island. I'm not going to find a job making the money I'm making right now. I'm telling you right now, the whole mortgage industry is going to go belly up real soon. And I'm going to be out of a job if I'm not out of one before then, because I'm not giving these loans to these people. My boss is going to get mad at me. So anyway, so that's when we decided we had to get out while we financially could. We owned a home, so the market was still okay. So we knew we could sell our home and we'd have some money to fall on. But I knew if I waited too long that the market was going to crash and my house was going to be worthless. So that's why we left. Otherwise, if I had a different kind of a job that wasn't connected to that, I don't think we would have left. But that's my story. Why I had to leave, why we had to leave. Survival of the fittest.
Yeah, but look where you would be now.
Yeah, I'd be in Hawaii with lockdown.
Right, and no job probably.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Although I checked the real estate, when all this started happening, I go, hey, Richard, I wonder if the real estate has really gone down because of this and because of that. And because of, a year ago or a year and a half ago, they had the volcano go off on the Big Island, and that scares off a lot of people. I mean, it's not going to scare off locals, but investors or people from the mainland here, that would scare them to death to want to go over there. But it's still going strong. So
Good night, Geneva.
good night.
So did you tell him, Richard, our house is fixing to be worth nothing. I'm going to lose my job, so we better haul Heine to Fort Smith, Arkansas?
No, I told him we better get out of here. So he's a real good researcher. So he started looking for places all over the place. We one point he saw something in Nebraska. He saw, because we knew, let's backtrack. We knew if we were coming to the mainland, we wanted like an old Victorian home. That was kind of like what we wanted. We wanted to refurbish one. We wanted something to do. And we wanted to use the talents that we had, which was construction. So he started looking, and he's originally from New York, can't afford there. I'm originally from California. We couldn't afford there because everything was still expensive when we were coming back. And I had some friends that I had for years and years and years and years that lived here. So just in conversation, we just kept saying, oh, we're looking here, we're looking there, it costs this, it costs that. And that went over a period of a couple of months that we're chit-chatting. And then she says, well, have you ever thought about coming back here? And I said, no. And
No.
So then my husband, he decided to look on realestate.com in this area, and he fainted at the prices, because compared to what we were looking and what we're used to, they were like giving the house away.
Yeah.
So so one of the big factors too was there was other places where there were some pretty cool old homes, but what do you call it? What's the word I'm trying to think of? Oh my goodness, I went blank. What's the word? You know, the crime rate. There you go. That's the word.
Okay.
The crime rate in some of the places where these beautiful Victorian homes were to refurbish was horrible. You know, because it was in areas that hadn't been kept up, and it was just the crime rate was just way too high. So my husband says, "Well, no, you know, we're not gonna go from an island where there's no guns to, you know, wondering who's going to shoot us, you know." So he says, "No, we're not going to go there." And then we looked at the place. No, we're not going to go there. And so it started like we started on both coasts, couldn't afford either one, didn't want to live on the Gulf. And so our, you know, the map just started getting more and more narrower. And my friend just kept saying, "Well, what about Fort Smith?" So he started looking there, and he started showing me some places. And so there was this like we narrowed it down to like 3 homes that we thought would service our, you know, what we wanted to do. And so he flew out here because we had birds and dogs and all kinds of stuff. 2 of us just couldn't hop on a plane and come over. So he came over and had met up with a realtor that we had been communicating with back here. And so we already, when my husband got here, he already had it all set up to go look at these houses. And while he was gone, I found this other house that had just gone up on the market. And so I told him, be sure and go check that one out too, please, you know. So the one that I asked to go check it out ended up being the one that we're living in now. And so the it was the main house, and then next door on a separate lot was a little shotgun house that looked like, you know, like the 3 little piggies lived in there, and the little Woofy was going to blow it down. That's how bad it was. And so anyway, my husband, okay, he went to go see the house, and he called me up, and he says, "Oh," he says, "I think you're going to like this one." And he says, it's structurally, it's very, very sound, and it hasn't been refurbished or redecorated for like 30 years. It's perfect for you to, you know, start whacking it and making it yours. So what he did is he told the lady he would give her full price on the main house if she gave us the house on the other lot, because like I said, it was falling apart. And she agreed. So we basically got the little house, the lot and the little house for free. And that's my studio. That's where my studio is now. So that's our how we got here story.
Wow. That's a long way from the main island.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, you know, I took it, you know, because I've been around before, you know, when my husband used to, you know, when he was working and we had to travel, because we've lived in Las Vegas, we've lived in Chicago, we've lived in Boston, we lived in Rhode Island, of course, California, and the 2 islands, and where else have we lived? So, you know, I've been exposed to a lot of different ways of people looking at things, and, you know, nothing surprises me, and I adapt pretty well. So it's been interesting, to say the very least. Okay, what do I want to do with this little cute guy? Do I want to put that on there? I don't know. Do I? Maybe not. I don't think so. I like how that looks. Never mind. We won't do that. Maybe. I'm just sewing away. You guys, I think you've already got the hang of it, right?
We're just listening to the stories.
Oh, okay. Okay, I don't know what other story to tell you. You can interview me. I can't think of what to say, but I know how to answer questions. I can answer questions. I have no problem with that.
Good night, Darla.
Good night, Darla. Maybe that should go there.
So that little ring that's in the fabric kit, is that what's on your finger?
Yeah, that's what we're going to make. The little pin cushion.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I have how many's here? Oh, it's enough people here. What time is it? Oh, it's 9 o'clock. My next kit, and this is up, we'll leave this up for discussion. We're not going to make a decision tonight. I have my idea already for the one that I want to do in November. And it is basically a I guess you would call it apothecary, but you know, I'm not a purist about anything. But let's just because we have to give it a name, let's just say that's what it is. Even though I'm not sure if that's what I would call it. I have a bunch of prescriptions from like the late 1800s and stuff like that. And a bunch of old stuff that I've been collecting. And I thought, oh, there's enough stuff here to make it interesting. So then as I was thinking about it, I thought, okay, should we do that in October? Because we could find I might be able to find more cool stuff, you know, like at the Dollar Tree. Because Halloween stuff, some of those things would be real adaptable to the stuff that we could put in the kit. Maybe, I don't know. But we already have the Native American one for October. So I guess the question is, do we switch them or do we just leave it the way it is? Because it doesn't really matter. Because it's not really a Halloween thing. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what about if you did I would leave them like they are, but if you do something like the early American General Store or something like that, where you could have, you know, all kind of old advertisements and things in it.
Yeah, that's a good idea because I was thinking, because at one point I was going to say, okay, because I didn't want it specific. I was going to call it, you know, the collector and have things from like that time period. But most of those things would be something that came from the pharmacy or a druggist. And in those days, they sold everything, that perfume and food and ice cream. And, you know, they were one-stop kind of place in those days, the turn of the century. They were the dentist too. They were everything. So, oh, that looks kind of cool at the back too. But then I thought, no, just leave it the way it is. Don't change it. And we'll just go from there. Because I have almost everything that I need. Well, I have almost everything I need for both kits, actually.
I would think printables and stuff would be easier for you to find too.
The what?
Printables and stuff would be easy for you to find too.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got quite a bit of stuff already.
And actually, in Timmy's new Halloween sticker book, they have a lot of medicine stickers.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I haven't seen his book. I stay away from Timmy because he has cool stuff, but I don't need anything. But he has cool stuff. And he makes me think I do need this stuff.
Like crackling campfire.
Oh, shush.
Do
I
you
love
need
that color. I love that color. Why did he have to do that?
Because he's been lurking on your channel.
I think he's been following Jennifer.
Could be.
It's a pretty orangey reddish color. It's perfect. Perfect. Uh-oh. All righty. So are you working on yours or what? Oh.
I am, but it doesn't look as good as yours.
Well, can we see what you're doing?
Because I'm eating a chicken fried steak sandwich.
Oh my gosh. Well, enjoy.
I smelled something cooking in there, and it was Betty making homemade chicken fried steak sandwiches.
Oh my goodness. Does she cook almost every day, or you guys switch off and on, or what do you guys do?
Depends on our attitudes.
And so, like, do you make just enough for yourselves, or do you have leftovers?
Oh no, I love leftovers.
I do too.
I don't know how to cook a little bit.
Oh, okay. So you guys have I love leftovers.
I do the country cooking, and
Uh-huh.
she does the tomatoey, a little bit more fancy.
Uh-huh.
She makes homemade spaghettis and things like
Oh,
that.
she's the saucy lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, this one's really bad. Oh my goodness. This is like
Erin said hello. And Jean wants to know what is a chicken fried steak.
Hi.
Oh no, where does she live?
Here in Sue, the Indian kit won't go on sale to the end of September, probably.
Yeah.
She lives in New York.
Oh, okay.
It's a beef cutlet, tell her.
She's got an excuse then.
You take a piece of tenderized steak
Beef cutlet.
and you beat it up with a mallet, and then you season it and you dip it in flour and egg, and then you fry it.
You basically kill it 2 times.
It's like fried chicken, but
No, it's not like fried chicken.
what the batter is. What is
To
it? Chicken.
a non-Southern, it's like fried chicken.
Yeah. But see, like last night, it was like, she's like, what do you want to eat? I said, I don't know. She said, I think I want hot dogs. So she made herself hot dogs, and I made myself a turkey, lettuce, and tomato on toast sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
So
it just depends on how we're feeling.
Right. It makes sense.
I mainly cook on the weekends.
Okay. Look what I did. All the other ones I was straight. Look at the last one, how crooked I did that one. What the heck?
Wonky.
I'm leaving it.
Well, yeah, it's your first time.
Yeah, it's my first time, but it's my 3rd thing. I should have at least line it up.
That's because you didn't use the little pencil.
Pencil? What pencil?
The little Shashiko pencil.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
I can tell you one thing we don't cook here, and that is fish and Brussels sprouts.
Oh dear. Rub it in.
I love fish.
Yeah, she loves fish, but I can't eat it.
We had swordfish tonight.
Yum.
It was pretty good.
And she makes like the chicken and dumplings, and this past weekend she made a roast with potatoes and carrots and all of that. Good stuff.
Yeah, see, Natalie knows how I need to show off my piece. See, I will say this is like represents a crooked mile or something. She says, just say like it was intentional. It was. This is a crooked mile. You got to walk a crooked mile to get the bird.
You can tell them actually this was my technique piece. So each
Yes.
row is a different technique that I was demonstrating
Yes.
in my tutorial.
Yes. And if you want the full explanation, it'll be $19.95
Plus shipping and handling.
plus shipping and hand. Oh no, it'll be a link. So it's okay.
Oh my gosh, we got, I don't know where my mail lady is, but we have some new dude. And my office is in the front of the house, and I look straight out at my mailbox out on the street. And he drove by the other day. He slowed down in front of my mailbox, and then he went, "Nope, don't have nothing for this address," and he went on.
Mm-hmm.
There's never a day when there's not something coming to this house. And so a few minutes later, Alexa made the noise, for my Amazon delivery. So I went out there and I looked, nothing. So I had to go to the grocery store. Well, I found him.
Whoa.
I blocked him up against the mailbox with my car. And I said, "Dude, Alexa told me that you just ordered my stuff, and I watched you just kind of glide by my mailbox and keep on going." I said, where's my stuff?" And he said, "Oh, what's your address?" So I told him, and he said, "Oh, well, it could be in the mailbox of one of your neighbors if you look." I said, "That's against the law. I can't look in their mailbox."
Oh my gosh.
So I said, "Well, would you please do it?" So I went to the grocery store, and when I came back, my stuff was in the mailbox. And then on Sunday morning, Betty said, "There's a big box on the porch." And I was like, "Okay, dog food didn't come until tomorrow, so I have no clue what that is." So I went out there, some other lady's name. So I got in my car, went and delivered her package.
Oh my goodness.
And about 3 hours later, Alexa binged that my package had been delivered. And I looked on Amazon, and it says placed in recipient's mailbox. So I went out to the street, looked in the mailbox, nothing.
Yep.
And then, of course, it showed up in my mailbox Monday, but I'm like,
Synchronized people.
they're just grabbing anybody. I thought you had to take a test and everything to work for this. I mean, all you got to do is match the numbers on the curb to what's on the envelope.
That sounds a little too simple. Man, look at that. Why is it? I can't believe how weird my camera is.
Well, do you have a different light bulb in or something?
No, nothing's different. It's very strange. I wonder if it's because I'm dealing with black and white exclusively. I don't know. Let me see. And it looks blurry to me. Does it look blurry to you guys? It does to me. Or is that just my eyeballs?
Yeah, close enough and drop it off.
Let me see. Well, the auto's off. I don't know. Very strange. All right. So now I think maybe should I put the bumblebee on here? Should I put the bee on there? Ooh,
What bumblebee?
huh?
Oh, I was like, what bumblebee?
That bumblebee. I know you guys probably can't even see it because of the contrasting color.
You know what you should do? You should take your red thread and embroider a bumblebee.
Oh, yes. Yeah, right. I can embroider a bumblebee. Grow up. Bumblebee. Embroider a bumblebee.
Exactly.
Gosh.
You always got to add the red to your black and white.
That's
So,
true.
is this going to make the price of the black and white glue books go up if we have to depend on this cover?
No, I'm gonna make, in addition to the one that we're making together, I think I'm gonna make a black and white, exclusive black and white little cloth journal, like the ones we're gonna do with the kit, but I'll make one out of black and white, I think. I think that would look kind of cute myself.
I love it. And that fabric you have is cool with all the pictures on it.
Say what?
The fabric with the bird on it and the bumblebee and the stitching. I like the fabric you have.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't know where I got it from. You know how that goes. Where'd you get that? I don't know. I'd like to get some. I don't know where I got it.
Get in place. That's what my mother used to always say. It's a get in place.
I don't think there is a getting place.
Oh yeah, there is.
Well, this coming, not to put a damper on things, but this coming Saturday, I have to go to my first Zoom funeral. I don't know about this.
Okay. That's going to be different.
Yeah. Never had to do that before,
But it's better than getting sick.
well, the funeral's in California, so if it wasn't for Zoom, I wouldn't have been able to go to the funeral anyway. So that worked out kind of cool in that respect.
Yeah.
She's the mother. She's 90. She was 90, I think. And she's the mother of my first serious boyfriend. And he contacted me the other day and told me, that she had died.
Oh, that's sweet.
And he goes, "We're going to Zoom it, Rosemary." I said, "Okay, link me in, get me a link."
Okay, my surprise is that you're still in contact with your ex-boyfriend.
Oh, really?
I still like everybody I've dated.
I don't.
Well, okay, well, our relationship's a little, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It's, I don't know if it's unique or not, but, we kind of grew up knowing each other from the age of maybe, I don't know, maybe around 7 or 8 years old, I guess. And we knew each other, but I wouldn't say we were friends. We had the same families, knew each other, or were at the same like get-togethers and stuff like that. But it wasn't like we hung out or had a crush on him or anything like that. And then forget how old I was when we started seeing each other more, just like in groups and stuff. And then, just how it is, one thing leads to another. But I think I was like maybe around 19 or so. When we started saying, we had the factor. And then, I would say for our age, I mean, when you're a certain age, you think you're serious and you're all that. And then when you look back, you go, oh my goodness, you were just a child. What were you thinking? And we were, I was 19. I mean, I know a lot of people. I mean, my parents got married when they were 19. But looking back, it's like, oh my gosh, 19. That's ridiculous. But anyway, so when we first broke up, I would not say we were friends. I would not use that terminology, friends, especially since his mother could not stand me. So I think she probably had a lot of influence over the situation. And then I had moved away. That didn't help, And so anyway, so we just said, this is I don't think this is going to work out. So we broke up. And then over the years, I mean, because I'd moved away, but we still obviously had mutual friends. And at one point, one of my girlfriends says, oh, he was asking about you. Now, this is like 15 years after. He says, oh, so-and-so, he was asking about you. And I go, why? He just wanted to know how you were, if you were married or this or that, And I said, oh, okay. And that was that, I just thought it was kind of unusual. And then a few other years go by, and that same friend was in communication with my parents and told my parents that, he was getting a divorce. And then he came to visit my parents. Of course, I was living out of state by then. I was married and lived out of state. And he came and he visited with my parents and just talking old times and stuff like that. And I guess he was just getting the warm fuzzies, thinking about the old days. And then somebody, I forget the exact circumstances, but somebody died. And my parents went to the funeral, and he went to the funeral. And then his sister-in-law was at the funeral, and so she says, oh, I'd love to get in contact with Rosemary. I've lost contact with her. So my mom gave her all of my info.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, exactly. And so she contacted me first, and we just talked about all old times, fun stuff, You know how it is, you rehash your youth and everything. And then right before I thought the conversation was going to be over, she says, he really regretted that he ever broke up with you. And then I said, well, first of all, I broke up with him.
Let's get this story straight.
Let's get this one straight. Who dumped who? Okay. And then she said a few other things, and that was that. So that was the end of that. So about, I don't know, maybe like 2 years went by, and I get a Facebook message from him.
Oh, Facebook is dangerous.
Oh, I know. And and he says, he explained, that she had given him my info and all this kind of stuff and everything. But it was a really nice connect. He had remarried, and they had children. He had children from the first marriage, but he had also a child from his second marriage. And he says, would your which I appreciate. He goes, do you think your husband would mind if we talked on the phone for a little bit? I wanted to, you know, straighten some things out, or I forget how he phrased it. So I asked my husband, I said, do you mind? He says, no, I don't mind. So, so we made a certain time when he was going to call. We must have talked for like 2 hours, and it was so weird because I had not spoken to him. Oh, I don't know how long, since I was 19 years old. Well, I'd seen him once or twice in between. He was at my grandmother's funeral and stuff like that. But like to really speak, we hadn't spoken in that long. And it was really a cool conversation. I must tell you, it was really, really nice. And it was almost like I didn't even realize there were things that needed to have, like, what they say, closure. I didn't even realize it until during the conversation. And then I realized, oh yeah, that was really left unsaid, or that wasn't settled, or whatever. And I really felt good after the conversation. And then after that, I'd hear from him just on a message here and there, maybe, once a year or something like that. Like, it wasn't like we were in contact, but we were in a certain way. And then when my father had cancer, because him and my dad had really gotten along really well. And so when my dad got cancer, I contacted him. I said, my dad, probably would like to see you. And so he went down, he visited with my dad and everything. And so that was really nice. And then 2 years ago, he got cancer.
Oh.
And he almost didn't make it, but he did. He's in remission right now. And but it's just kind of strange. I've never had, I can't even explain our relationship. I hesitate to use that phrase, relationship, but I would call it a friendship. I feel like he's, like he's a friend. But yeah, it was just kind of weird.
I'm sorry, but I ain't having no exes calling up in here for no closure.
Well, that wasn't I don't think that was the intention, but that was the result.
Hey, Posca.
Now, I get along with the kids, Daddy. Always have. I made sure of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for the kids, it was necessary.
Yeah.
Wives didn't like me, but
Kathy said she recently attended a funeral streamed on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
That's different.
Yep.
our new world.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Don't be getting no ideas about people phoning up for closure and stuff.
That wasn't the intention.
I know, but I'm just
Rosemary
making
said
it
was
clear
okay.
here in Texas that we don't need no phone closures meetings, no closure meetings happening up in here.
Number one, I probably tell you, but I wouldn't ask you. I'm too old to be asking if things are okay these days.
Okay, I think I'm going to put a little strip of black now around on the white and see what that does for it, if it does anything. But let's just go for it. What the heck? So anyway, so he contacted me a couple of days ago to let me know that his mother had died.
Aw.
And that's why I bring him up. That's the Zoom funeral I'm going to. It's his mother.
Well, that's pretty cool in my book. I mean, because y'all were part of each other's lives.
Yeah.
Huh.
Susan's not having any of it.
I'm sorry, but I have a jealous streak that just.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, okay. I don't think I am. I'm not jealous. And I guess my husband really isn't either, else he'd have had a fit. He didn't care.
Kathy said it was different, but nice to be able to see the mass and hear what people had to say. And Karen Sue said, "When I say I'm done, I'm done." So at the end of the conversation, who really broke up with who? Did y'all get that settled?
Oh, I made it perfectly clear to him that
Oh,
he was mistaken. Yeah.
oh okay.
And I think what's really cool, it was okay, let me backtrack. There was things I totally forgot about him in the sense of like his personality. And what was really strange is the first thing that attracted me to my husband was his sense of humor. He's funny. I mean, he's funny. There's no way around it. And then when I was talking to my ex, uh, you know, I realized every 5 seconds I was laughing. He is hysterical. He's funny. And that was the first thing that attracted me to him when I was a kid, when I was young, was that he always made me laugh. So it was kind of interesting to see that I was still attracted. I had been attracted to the same type of person, which was somebody that made me laugh.
Oh yeah, I really couldn't have handled a 2-hour conversation with you sitting there giggling every 10 seconds. Yeah, no, I'd have cut that. I said, "All right, it's time to go."
Oh yeah, we were laughing, and it was true. He's funny. I can't help it. He is funny. And he's quick-witted. My husband is quick-witted, and so is he. So it was funny. I was just seeing the similarities, you know.
I'd be walking back and forth through the room going, "What's so funny? What's so funny?"
Don't feel so damn funny over here.
Yeah, this ain't funny to me.
And I think, like with me, I don't know. I don't know if it's true. I don't know. But to me, not all relationships are equal. And I think because him and I had been friends before we got involved, I think there was room where
It stayed friends.
yeah, I can compartmentalize very easily my life, my emotions, you know, work, whatever I'm doing. It's very natural for me to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So I think it was natural for me to be able to remember the friend as opposed to the guy I wanted to strangle,
Yeah.
Um,
I'm the same way.
yeah. So it just seemed very natural. And like I say, at that point, I had not spoken to him in a long time. And it seemed after the conversation, like we had just spoken the week before. It was very, very natural. So there's no way I would have stayed that long if I was uncomfortable or, whatever. So it was pretty cool, actually.
That's why you live longer than Susan. That grudge that she holds.
I think a lot of people agree with you, Susan. We lost a lot of people. We're down to 43.
Uh-oh.
They're going, that Rosemary, she's crazy. I don't want about hearing her exes being
We
friends.
talking about having closure. Honey, can I have closure? I need a couple of people I need to have closure with. I'll be back in a couple of days.
Keep it in context.
Erin, who hates the
Hates
slow
what?
stitching,
Yeah.
says that black on the white looks fabulous.
Oh, well, coming from her, ooh la la.
That string looks almost like yarn. It's so thick.
Yeah. Well, I did it double, so it's even double thick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they say to use the thread you have. They say to use it double, so I figured, well, I'll just use this one double also. What the heck?
Oh, I have to double my thread?
Yeah, that's on the articles that I read. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what the videos showed.
On the videos, I didn't see them from the beginning, like popping
Oh,
the thread in
yeah.
their teeth
Showing
and
it's going to
Right.
Memphis or where did it show?
the threading of the needle and the because I know it says that you need to do a back stitch and it tells you to go in so far and come back and
Exactly. Which I haven't done on any of these. I'm still working on the stitch.
after I watched that video, then of course some more were underneath it and I watched those, and by the time I got out of that rabbit hole I learned how to embroider a flower and make it all fuzzy, and I learned how to embroider a leaf, and I'm like, okay, I need to get out of here.
Did you find anything in English?
Yeah.
Oh,
I found some in Japanese.
I got oodles of Japanese. I got some Portuguese, some Spanish.
Yes, there was a well, the guy, he was Japanese but he spoke English.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just happened all the ones that popped up for me. There wasn't any English ones. And I just kept watching the ones that were popping up. So
Yeah, now the one in Spanish, I was like, I don't know. I just turned the sound down. Because I'll be sitting here and all of a sudden Bay will go, "What are you watching?" So I knew that one she would wonder what the heck I was watching.
I'm hearing him say, "Don't pull the thread.
Yeah.
Pull the material."
He
yeah.
kept saying that. Don't pull the thread. Don't pull the thread.
Well, even though I'm getting, I think, a large enough stitch, it's still kind of puckering.
But it could be because your thread's so thick.
Yeah.
So I think once you get that nice silky sashiko thread, that
Yeah.
it will all just be flawless.
I think. Flawless, yeah. It'll be flawless. I'll have a different kind of thread.
There are 12 Weather Channel people
What do you mean?
in Texas and Louisiana. And you got Jim Cantori right there. So when Jim Cantori's in town, you're in trouble.
Yeah, he wants all the attention. He's the serious guy.
Sharon is here. Suzanne is here.
Yay! Okay, so I got the bee down, I got the bird down, I got the flowers, and I got the, I don't know.
And you've got the curvy.
It's because it's a flower. It's mimicking a vine.
The curvy lane.
Well, being that I did that one, maybe I should outline this one now.
I'm thinking you should.
Yeah, because now it looks goofy just sitting there all by itself.
I like the way you did the multi-rows on the left, but then just a few on the right.
Yes. Symmetry is not what it's made up to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me see if I can get the thread through this. Come on. You can do it, Rosemary. Yay!
Oh my gosh. I have to tell you the story.
Uh-oh.
So.
Does it cause, will we have closure when you're done?
I don't know.
Okay.
So our son was asleep. He just got a new house and he's single and he was sound asleep in his room.
Mm-hmm.
And he was hearing a cat.
Mm-hmm.
So he woke up and he's like, it must be a cat outside or something, because he has dogs. He doesn't have cats. So he went back to sleep. But then it got louder. So he got up and he went in the living room and his dog was having puppies. And he didn't even know she was pregnant.
Oh my Gosh, I hope the dog knew.
What? So by the time, so that was like at 1 o'clock in the morning. By 6 o'clock in the morning, when he had to get up and go to work, there was his dog and six new puppies.
Oh my goodness.
An Australian Shepherd, but she was long hair, and fat, and
Well, that's what happened when you don't get them fixed.
that's what I told him. I said, "Dude, knew there was a chance."
Well, he has a male and female.
Hello.
Yeah.
What is it? Australian Shepherd?
Yeah.
Australian Shepherd. And he was like, I had no clue. They never, showed PDA or anything like that,
Yes, he did. And I
So
was talking to him. I was
Oh gosh. So he leaves them all day long alone and he expects nothing to happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, "Dude, you have a camera where you can see him while you're at work?"
Yeah. So anyway, he's got two black. There was 3 boys and 3 girls, so he's got 2 black ones, and he's got a brown one, and then 3 of the tricolor or whatever they are.
Yeah. Those are cool dogs too.
Yeah, they're smart.
Yeah, very smart.
And Betty's like, I want one. I want one. I want one.
Uh-oh.
Kenzie needs a play partner.
She must not want any plants in the yard.
Oh my gosh.
She finally quit eating them.
Yeah, she finally quit eating them. Well, because
there's no more, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't know. Betty doesn't know that I took the hanging plants down, so those could be what she's been feasting on tonight. But she hasn't come in lately looking like she was outside playing in lipstick.
Night before last. I don't know how she got it through the damn doggy door.
Hey, there's Nana. Hey, Nana, how are you? Nana's cooking craft corner. Yeah, she did. She brought a branch in, and how she got it through the doggy door.
Because it was long.
It was like 17 inches long. Betty walks into the office and she said, "Where did this come from?" I'm like, I didn't do it. I swear I didn't. I don't have a clue. At least it wasn't a squirrel.
So you got to explain to Nana what we're doing. She goes, "What you doing?"
She is doing sashiko stitching.
Sashiko.
Oh, and she said I said her channel name correct.
There you go.
I wish I could have seen her coming through that door with a stick.
That would have been cool.
And this dog is a sissy. If she's outside and she hears a noise, she runs in the house and sits on this side of the doggy door and just looks like there's something out there.
Does a gulp.
But she doesn't bark at it. She doesn't stay out there to figure it out. She just comes in. And I'm like, okay. Something different about this dog. Because my other dogs are just go nuts. But I guess that's a good thing.
Oh, it's Denise. Her name's Denise. Remember that because I'll forget.
I was trying to think of somebody's name or what. Vicky. I couldn't. My mind went completely blank.
It usually goes blank, and for some reason I remembered first time. Wow.
I know because you said, "Hey, Vicky." Vicky. Uh-oh. She says she feels like a dog scratching fleas. Can't stop scratching.
I had to take my husband into urgent care. Oh my goodness. I don't know about you guys and getting in to see doctors lately. It's worse than it's ever been. It's crazy. So my husband has a bunch of specialists because he's so special. You know, he's got a lot of issues. And even though it isn't like he's just depending on his primary care physician, he's got specialists he's working with. And on some of them, one guy, he can't get him in until November. Richard goes, I'll be dead by then. So anyway, we had to go into urgent care. It was ridiculous with all these doctors. But anyway, he's been miserable with this itching. A couple of years ago, it was really, really bad, and it had to do with his liver, which is not good, right? And so he was put on these super duper like mega dose antibiotics, and it helped clear it up. Okay, so he also has a sleep study that's going on because every so I forget how many months, it's like equivalent to like 2 or 3 years, he has to get a new sleep study. And then there was some kind of craziness going on with that one because the doctor he's seen, whose appointment he has here in our town, which is obviously in our state, had some kind of problem billing because his real office is in Oklahoma, and he's not with our our insurance. He can't bill in this state through our insurance. So my husband's going, why are you practicing in this state if we can't bill our insurance because you're not licensed? So there my husband is. It took, days and hours on the phone with our insurance company trying to figure out where can he go? What can he do? He's got to get the study. He's got to do this. He's got to do that. And so it came full circle that he had to go to his primary care physician because nobody could get him in quick enough. It'd be months for someone else to see him and to write that off, whatever it is that had to be written off. Okay, so we make the appointment. Meanwhile, before he goes in for that appointment, his primary care physician had him go in for a workup at the lab with a whole bunch of tests, and Richard was hoping she'd come up with some idea as to, why he is itching. And he's not just itching, he's got welts from scratching. And so anyway, so he goes in there for the appointment, and now he's telling me this story because I didn't go in there with him. I probably should have, but they were kind of limiting you to one at a time. So anyway, so she starts to talk to him about what they're there for the paperwork for the sleep thing, and then she says, oh, I see that your lab work has come back. And so then my husband starts to ask her, about the lab work in, connection to all his breaking out and how he itches and all this stuff. And then her response was, I'd like to concentrate right now. Just today, I'd just like to concentrate on the sleep study. And when you know how it is when you're been itching for a month and a half and you just want to tear the skin off, everything and everybody irritates you.
Yeah.
So then he goes, my husband, he says, you're the one that brought up the labs. And so I was asking, whatever it was, and she goes, like I said, oh, you don't say that to my husband. Like I said, we're going to concentrate just on your sleep study.
All righty then.
And my husband goes, oh, what really set him off was the night before he went onto the website for the hospital that, she works under. and reading her bio, and she was touting how she likes to view things holistic, to see how one thing melds into the other, and how you can find, remedies to things when you know what's really going on, and like type of thing you might be able to find on a blood test. So so my husband's asked her, okay, so I'm in here today for that, for the sleep. Now, should I make another appointment to talk to you about the blood test? And then do I have to make another appointment with you to talk about my itching? And then do I have to make another appointment with you to see if that has anything to do with my liver? And then make another appointment, because you don't, you want to just focus on one at a time. And he just went on all the issues that he had.
Oh my gosh.
The reason he did it is because she had an intern shadowing her. So I'm sure they had a lot to talk about.
Oh my gosh.
After all that was over. So anyway, so he got no satisfaction from her. So the next day is when we had to call up urgent care so he could go in, because he needed a prescription. They've given him a prescription in the past. It's a salve or something to put on his sores. It's an antibiotic to put on his rash. And then they gave him like a super duper extra strength Benadryl type thing. I guess it's for if there's any kind of histamines and stuff like that causing allergies or whatever it is. Who knows anymore why they do what they do. So he had to go into urgent care, and just to get that, when he had just been at the doctor's the day before, and it's in his record that that's what they give him when he gets these breakouts. And could she have done that? Yes. But did she? No.
Nana says use some cornstarch.
His problem is from the inside, though. It's inside his body. It's from his liver. And
well, I see at some doctors they have a sign out there to limit your complaints to like 2 issues or something like that, or make an appointment if you have more than 2 issues or
yeah,
something like that.
well, she wanted it 1 issue.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
And your whole body works together. You can't separate your issues.
Exactly. Because then they'll be like, well, why didn't you tell me that? And we could have diagnosed this sooner.
Yeah, exactly. It's all goofy. It is so goofy.
Yeah, I'd schedule a call with her and have some closure and find somebody else.
He already made an appointment with a new doctor who is also a primary care physician. So he's going to like test him out. And I said, well, the first visit, they're always nice. They always listen to you, whatever you want to say on the first visit. It's what they do in the second, third, fourth, fifth, visit that matters.
Hey, CJ. CJ said, due to COVID, he could have gone onto telehealth and spoke to a doctor via Skype and got a better result.
Well, and that's another thing. She won't even do that. With all this stuff that's going on and all of his, issues that he has that could be easily compromised, he went around. That was another thing. Even before he got there, he went around in circles wanting to do it on the phone. They wouldn't do it. And then when he gets there, they don't want to talk to him about anything he wants to talk about. So, why even go in there? He was sitting in there waiting for an hour and a half. He had to go up in an elevator with all these people, gagging and all this stuff. And he's going, why? Why did I have to do this? Oh my goodness.
That's like Betty the other day. She said, I need Dr. blah, blah, blah to call in my medication. And they said, oh, well, you need to have an appointment. She said, I'm not leaving my house. I'm not going to, no.
Yeah, that's what they said to him.
And she told him, Yes, I'll take a virtual visit. Yes. So
Because all she did was when he was there was look at his report. She didn't look at him at all. I mean, as far as, vital signs, she didn't do anything physically with him. And asked him, "Do you still use your CPAP?" Yes. Do you feel like you need to continue using it? Yes. And I think that one other question, and that was it. That was all she did.
That couldn't have been done on the phone, over the phone.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
And you would think, if she doesn't even want to talk to you, why does she want you to come in?
exactly, we could have zoomed this
If
crap.
he doesn't want to give you the time of day, why do you have to give up like 3 hours of your day to get ready, go sit there and wait again, leave, and then be aggravated?
Thank you.
Could have saved everybody a lot of time. But oh well. What are you gonna do?
I'd have told her, you need to handle this rash today, and we'll Zoom about that sleep study tomorrow. I'd have walked out.
I told him, because he's complained. I mean, she's gotten worse, I would say, like over the past year. And I kept telling him, get a different dog. And he keeps saying, well, maybe she just had a bad. So who cares if she had a bad day? She's giving me a bad day because you're giving me a bad day because she gave you a bad day. So get another doctor.
Gosh.
Oh, you got it.
There is too much osmosis going on around here, and it's all bad.
Anna wants to know if that is going to be used for a journal.
Yes, ma'am. I think so. I think what I'm going to do with this is the little cloth journal that we're going to be making with our kit next month. I think I'm going to make 2. I'm going to make one with the fabrics that was in the kit, and then I'm going to make a black and white one, and this will be either the cover or one of the pages, because I think it's kind of cute. So that's what this is going to be.
There you go.
Yep. Yes, sirree.
Called Sashiko Sewing.
And this is going to be always a little wrinkly because this was linen, and you know how that is. It never doesn't wrinkle. It's always wrinkled.
Good.
Alrighty. I think that's kind of cute, guys. I'm rather pleased. Now we have the cute little bee in the front.
And the long and winding road.
And a birdie in the back. I don't know. I think it's kind of cute. Let me get some of the fabric that's going to go on my other one just to puff it up a little bit and see what it looks like.
I love it.
Well, now that I tea-dyed everything, nothing's white anymore. Well, now you can see the difference, right? Now you can see the difference.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have any more white stuff. But yeah, this has all been tea dyed. So that's not going to go in there. I'm going to keep it like a real pure
I can't.
pure white and black. So anyway, so let's just get a little puffiness here. Oh, look how cute that's going to look. It's going to be adorable. Go ahead. What's it going to be? Come on.
Cute.
Yes. Stinkin'.
Think cute.
In. Oh. Yes, sirree, Bob. I'm happy. Happy. Okay, I've been yakking so much. I'm thirsty. I gotta drink. Oh, let me undo my.
The project this month was the Door book, which ends.
We're done.
done. The
Yeah.
next one is the fabric caboodle kit.
Yeah, this stuff here is part of the stuff that's in the kit, and I just tea dyed it last night because I didn't want the stark white. So that's some of the fabrics that are in the kit, some of the lace. I already tore some pieces apart, so there's a few doubles there because I tore it apart. Okay, so that, oops, that plus all the fun stuff. The fabric to me isn't even the fun stuff. It's the little stuff that's the fun stuff. Whoops. Oh, this is just a piece I had. I didn't have enough to give anybody that. I just have scraps of that. So I tea dyed that too. I thought that would look kind of cute on there. Okay. I'll go grab a kit real quick for those of you that haven't seen them. Ouch. Oh, my knee's killing me, people. Uh-oh. There we go. Oh no, the fabric. So this was the inspiration for September's, and it was a journal I made quite a while ago.
Kim wants to know if you like cooking.
She what?
She wants to know if you like cooking.
I used to love cooking until my husband's illnesses and diabetes took us down a path where he can eat like 5 things. And now I absolutely hate cooking because there's nothing I can cook with. There's nothing I can put in his food that doesn't make his sugar skyrocket. Even if it's stuff that they say a diabetic can eat, his body, for whatever reason, he can't eat it. So the answer is I used to love to. Anyway, this was the little one I had made a couple of years ago. And so this was the inspiration for putting the little kit together so we could make something like this together. Because why, Susan? Because it's what?
Stinking cute.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So yes, Nana, she does. She makes up a kit and then she does a tutorial like the first Wednesday of the month.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing.
Yep.
Yeah, because my whole concept was, there's a lot of people that put kits together, and then, I see people in chat, saying, "Oh, I've got the kit. I love the kit, but now I don't know what to do with it." Blah blah blah. So I thought, well, I'm going to offer a little twist to it. I'll do the kits, but then I'll also do live tutorials on how to use the kit. So what I normally do is I make something, or in this case, it was something that was already made, but I'll make something for that month, and then I will make the kit around all the things I used to make whatever it was I made. And then I show you what we're going to make with the kit. And then when we get together, I make a whole new one, and we do it from scratch. And of course, you don't have to make what I make, but it's just, hopefully a point of inspiration to give you an idea of what to do. But anyway, you'll get, in addition, all the fabrics I just showed you. Then some of the paper stuff. And everybody gets different stuff, because that's just, some of these things are one of a kind kind of thing. So you may get something similar, not exactly, but the printouts, I think the printouts were the same. And then we have this pattern. This is the one that I did, I cut out of the cardboard already ahead of time just to play around with. That's what these are.
Is that her doll, the big one?
Yep.
So that's kind of cool. So what I did with this one, I cut this, I think it's 1/4 of an inch smaller or something. I can't remember what I did now. This one is this size because what we were going to do together, so now we'll do two things with that pattern, was, let me find it. Was stuff this. This has a 1/4 inch, about, I guess, a 1/4 inch seam allowance. But I don't have it right now because I had given it away. But you sew this up and you stuff it, and it's really cute because it looks like a little dress. And you can use this also as a pin cushion that you sit on your tabletop. And then, or another thing I did with it is I took the pattern, and I just glued it on to the cardboard, and that looks kind of cool too when you just put the fabric on there. So there's a lot of different things you can do, but we'll be doing stuff together. That's the whole point. We'll do it together. Oh, and the other little pattern is that one.
That'd be cute. A full dress form pin cushion.
Yeah.
So Nana, the fabric kit is for sale right now. They usually go up for sale at the end of the month. I don't know how long it takes to mail to Ontario, Canada.
It's been taking, I've got several that buy them every month in Canada, and it's been taking about 3 weeks, at least 3 weeks to get there. But when I do the tutorials, they're in my, most people, to tell you the truth, they don't craft along with me. They just watch. And then if they decide to do what I did, then they just do it on the replay. So you don't have to have the kit when I start doing the tutorials, because they'll be there up in my channel anyway to watch whenever you want to, if that's what you decide to do with your kit.
Yeah, she was wondering because she lives in Ontario, but she's driving to the opposite side of Canada to visit her daughter.
Oh, yeah. So you get all those things that you saw that I already tea-dyed, and then you get a little bag of scraps. I have a big old bag that I throw all my little pieces of scraps in, and that's where I get the little pieces that I put in my little journals. So I got a handful of that. I think I counted like 20 pieces I put in this little packet of just, stuff to play with. And then you get these little different colors and little clips to clip down your fabric for when you're sewing. And a pair of scissors. And a oopsie, how'd that get in there? Ooh, oh, maybe I put it in there. That's how it got in there. Never mind. I know. And then everyone got some type of a ring that we're going to make our little pin cushion so that we can use when we're sewing. Keep our little things handy. And some bow pins and some little charms that have to do with sewing. There's a little pair of scissors. There's a little sewing machine. And I think you get six bow pins. I think so. I don't remember. And then some of these quilters type safety pins that don't have the coils, so you can run your beads across or hang things from it, however you want to use them.
Those are cool.
And what else? Oh, and some of these ribbon clips. So you can hang some things off and hang them from this and hang it in your jewelry. Lots of hanging going on. Whole lot of hanging going on.
So CJ said she had to stop purchasing because her post office across the street went on strike and will not deliver to this establishment
Oh
due
my
to
goodness.
management issues.
Oh my. Well, that's sad.
Nana said ball pens are hard to get here. Do you have ball pens for sale?
Um, is that Miss Canada speaking?
Yep.
If you end up getting the kit, I will just throw some in there because they don't weigh nothing. I'll put a little package in there for you.
Is that legal to ship into Canada?
I think so. I don't think they're lethal.
Okay.
Oh God. And I'm trying to keep all of my kits. Let's put it this way. For my international, I'm keeping them under a certain weight so it doesn't jump to the next shipping, because right now, to most places in Canada and Australia, it costs 11 and change. It's a little under $12 to ship. If I go just a half an ounce over, it shoots up to almost $20. So I make sure I keep it at the under $12 range. So pretty much all my kits, I make sure that they're at that range so that international can afford them. Alrighty, so what else, ladies?
What else?
What else? I gotta take a drink. I'm drinking.
Kim wants to know, how did you like the clay press machine?
You mean the mold machine?
I don't know. She said clay press machine.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think she's talking about the what was it called? I don't remember what it's called.
The mold maker.
Are you talking about the mold maker, Kim? The Flowbee mold maker?
Yeah, we got our statement yesterday from HSN. I told Betty, I said, what does it say? Just a charge on it. I'm like, oh, I guess they haven't got the return yet.
Okay, Kim, I'm going to tell you my honest answer. If it would allow me to cast with resin, I would say for me, it's a good deal, because that was my intention, was to make the molds and then cast them with resin. That's how they advertise it. But the resin doesn't work. It just melds into the mold, and you cannot remove them. If you want it to use it with other stuff besides resin, then it would work. But if your intention is to work with the resin, no, don't even bother. It doesn't work. So that's
it'll work with like paper clay and probably that what is that stuff that I like, the rubbery, the stuff from Stamperia, or
oh yeah, I forget what it's called because I don't have any of that. Yeah.
mold paste.
Yeah, it'll work with oodles of stuff. I mean, you could put plaster of Paris in there in the molds. I mean, it'll work with everything except resin. And that was the very thing I wanted it for, was for resin. So, and if you're a baker, you can make some cool stuff, you can make for candies, chocolates. If you're a soap maker and you want a certain design of stuff that you have, that would work. It'd be perfect for that. It's pretty good for a lot of things, I'm sure. I'm just not interested in doing those things, unfortunately.
You only need so much Guess soap, you know. Nana said, "Do you work a lot with resin?"
I don't, but I wanted to. And that's why I wanted to make my own molds because, molds get expensive. And I thought, oh my goodness, then I could be making molds out of anything I wanted to. And I had some specific things I wanted to do and things I had here. And it was going to be fun, I thought, but it did not work out.
Good night, Elaine.
Oh, good night, Elaine. She got exhausted watching me not know what I was doing.
I slow stitch and put her to. Oh, that's Sashiko.
Hey, watch it. Aaron's in the room. Don't be saying
I know, and Aaron stayed the whole time.
Don't be saying those words.
Sashiko.
Oh dear. Okay, so what else is going on, ladies? Let me think. What do we have here? Do you want me to show you some sneak peeks of what I have for the next month?
Sure.
Uh-oh. Let's see. I gotta take this out of the package so you can see it. Now this isn't for Ew. This isn't for October, probably November. We already have October's. That's the Native American. But, okay, so we have a little tin.
CJ said Michael's is selling the molds pretty cheap, located in the jewelry department.
Molds in jewelry. I've never seen molds in my jewelry department. I'll have to check it out. Ooh, you can't see any of this stuff. I don't know what's wrong with my camera. There is definitely something wrong with my camera. That make it worse? Oh yeah, it makes it worse. What a mess.
So what is this you're showing?
November's.
Oh, November's.
Well, yeah, because October is Native American Indians, right?
I have about a couple hundred of those droppers if you need them.
Oh, I know you do, but so do I. Uh-oh.
Here's a question. Yes, Nana, this is November's. Rosemary, do
What?
you ever do a Halloween themed journal kit?
No, I don't do any holidays because I go by my stashes and I buy stuff that I can use year round. But because this is going to be like pharmacy / apothecary / what do we call that? What kind of store?
General store.
Because they had everything and everybody there. That's what this is going to be. So it's gonna. I have where'd he go? Oh, I didn't bring him over. So if you want to like adapt that into that, you could easily do that. But all the stuff I'm including would not be just specifically to that.
What's a pipe tote, Aaron? Oh, pipettes.
Yeah, pipettes. I have to scan these and cut some. I've got some prescriptions. Prescriptions from 1889. So these are kind of cool. So some of these will be in the kit. Oops. So that's kind of the beginning of what's going to be in that kit. I got to watch the weight on that too. These bottles kind of weigh.
So, where's your sample?
I'm just barely getting the stuff together. What do you mean my sample?
I thought you said you made a journal and then you gathered the stuff that you made the journal from.
Okay, so you caught me in a lie. All right. What do you want? What do you want me to do? Jeez Louise.
Here giving an estimate. He told her, look at that tree. It's been.
Sometimes I need just inspiration. Then I make something. Like for instance, the Native American. I haven't made the journal for that yet, but I knew what I wanted. I can see it done in my head, and so I collected all the stuff. I haven't even made that one yet either. So I guess I need to like revamp my description. Oops. Well, no. Yeah, that's right. I still am gonna gather all the stuff together. Then I'm gonna make it. And then if there's other things I need to add to the kit from when I'm making it, then I add more stuff.
Aaron said, hurry up and get the fire extinguisher. Your pants are on fire.
What?
You know, liar, liar, pants on fire.
Oh my goodness. You guys are crazy. Crazy people. Oh, and I have the body parts too. I have body parts, I forgot.
That's
body parts?
Yeah.
No, that's Rosemary.
There you go. There's the body parts.
That's the whole damn skeleton.
Well, the body parts. You can take them apart and you could like, you know, like when the doctor would show you, oh, look here, this is when you fracture that, that's where that is. So you could tear the whole thing apart and you'd have your little doctor's thing. Or you can
That'll work.
Or you can hang them on the corner.
Hanging, yeah, there you go.
And he's got like good movement on his neck too.
Well, he's just a bag of bones.
Yeah, exactly.
Send you a picture. I asked her.
Exactly, Aaron. It's all in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, I talked to her and I said, you called your brother? He says, it's Robert.
Because you could have like
because I see pharmacists here.
Prescriptions for cyanide.
Yeah, but yeah.
Really bad.
I have the printouts. I haven't printed them out, but I have some cool printouts I'm going to put in here. Some of them are just going to be paper, and then a few of them are going to be on the sticky stuff. What do you call that? You know what I mean? Like for labels, so that you can put it like on the bottle and stuff, and put it on here after you've grunged it up and make it look cool, or put it on your little bottle, or you could put it on the butt of your guy, whatever. Or on his head. You can wrap his head with it. But anyway, I see pharmacy here, but some people would maybe see Halloween. I see pharmacy. I see apothecary.
Yeah, there you go. Doctors.
Yeah, they're very intuitive.
A doctor kit.
Yeah.
INTITUTIV.
I hadn't had a doctor's kit in years.
Yeah, I'm good at spelling.
Yeah. When was the last time you
I'm
played
good
doctor?
at spelling. The older I get, the
That's
worse I
that's
am.
my business.
Oh. Hey, Richard's doctor won't even play doctor, and she's a real doctor. We'll discuss that next time. I can only handle one thing at a time. So slow.
It looks like it's.
I think the last time I played doctor was about a month ago. I came in and I told Betty, I said, "Oh my God, do not ever go to the mailbox barefooted. I have a pine cone needle in the bottom of my foot."
Oh my goodness.
So here she gets the tweezers and the needle and the. I'm like, "Oh Lord, here we go."
Half of you.
See, I found these two pictures, and to me, these look like the owners of the pharmacy. See, when I saw these pictures, I literally started putting the kit together after I saw these guys. And I saw the whole pharmacy guys. I saw, like, he took care of the throat stuff, and he was the guy that had the cocaine and the morphine. And,
That's Dr. Feelgood.
yeah. And then this is the guy that, pulled your teeth out and with no anesthesia at all. And so this was the whole group. And then I thought, okay, so that would be like a real expensive place. So if it was a cheaper place, it would just be the two guys, and they did everything. So we'll see.
That'd be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. For all you Halloween enthusiasts that want this to be a Halloween kit, there you go.
And so anyway, so we'll see. But probably they like develop their cough syrup. There you go. What was the name of that real old brand? I mean, it's still around, I think.
Oh, that's the those nasty cough drops.
What were they called?
Smith Brothers or
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the ones that really taste really bad, I don't know if they make them anymore. They were called Ludens. Do you remember those?
I love Ludens in the orange box.
Oh my gosh, they were nasty.
Betty liked the cherry ones, and I like the ones in the orange box that were
they taste like medicine. I like the stuff that tastes like candy.
Betty likes the candy tasting stuff too.
I like the red Ludens.
Betty likes the red Ludens. I'm like, that is nothing but a cherry lifesaver.
I remember when I think of my grandmother, I think of Ludens, but she had the ones, I guess, were like the original flavor because they were brown.
Yeah, those are good ones.
And they cleared up your nose like anything.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. It was more for the nose than the throat. Let me tell you. Because those things, man, they wiped out your sinuses in 2 seconds.
You know what I hated was Secrets. I couldn't stand them, but I would love to have all those Secret tins now.
The tins. Do they still make that?
That's before Altoids.
Oh. Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of grandmothers, I remember my grandmother, she was a candy freak. She loved candy. And her favorite candy, which I don't even know if it is a candy, but it was rock candy.
Yeah.
Which is nothing but hard chunks of sugar. And when I would have to go spend the night with her, I would have to sleep with her, and I would wake up with either a lemon drop or rock candy in my hair because she would go to sleep with it in her mouth. Now, how she got that close to me to get it in my hair.
She probably slept with her mouth open and she drooled. It went out.
But how did it get in my hair? Hello.
Okay. Yeah. Kathy likes the yodeling brand.
Yodeling brand. Oh, Ricola.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Red Halls.
Oh, Sucrets.
No, they made my tongue numb.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, how long have we been here, you guys?
3 hours, 24 minutes, and 28
It
seconds.
took me that long to sew that little thing.
It's slow, Sashiko.
So this is like the real SS, right? I think so. That's what we're gonna call it, the SS.
I don't know what whorehounds are, but I'm not.
Oh yeah, I know what she's talking about. That is like a brown. I think that's almost like the flavor of that original one, that brown one. Now that she says that, that flavor is very similar.
I remember there was a cough syrup that my mama used to give me, and I would fake a cough just so I could get some of that cough syrup. It was Creamulsion.
Never heard of that one.
Oh man, it was for children, and it was so good.
It was sweet or what? You know, in those days it was full of alcohol. I bet you were
I
getting
think it made me a
buzzed.
little punch drunk. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
It probably gave me a buzz. So I was like, I was like
I
a
remember,
5-year-old alcoholic.
I remember when I was a kid, didn't matter what was wrong with you, they gave you liquid Benadryl. We had a Benadryl bottle. It was probably, I don't know, maybe a gallon. No, I'm exaggerating. But yeah, Nana just said about the Benadryl. It was liquid, it was strong, and I swear all it did was knock you out. I mean, it gave you a buzz and boom, you were out. And it didn't matter what you went to the doctor for. So eventually we just didn't go to the doctor. We just got a refill of the Benadryl because he was going to tell us take 2 spoons every 8 hours, no matter what was wrong with us.
I remember telling Betty, for our grandson, give him some Benadryl.
Yeah.
It's like, that's right, CJ. Homemade cough syrup, whiskey, lemon juice, and honey, or a hot toddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I was younger, I used to go to summer camp every year, and I'd be gone for like weeks, and I would always get an earache from all the swimming, all the water in my ear. And my daddy would send me with that little bottle, and he'd say, "Put a drop in each ear when you get out of the pool." Well, it was Everclear that he was giving me. Well, I finally figured that out.
It was what?
Everclear.
What the heck is that?
It's
Everclear?
like 100 proof alcohol.
Oh, really?
It's what you spike the punch with. Have you ever had spiked punch?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
Don't ever drink it because it'll knock your pud out. I learned that real
hey,
quick.
Peggy. Yeah, Paragoric. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Aaron said it's grain alcohol.
Right.
Oh, okay. That's the wallop. That's for sure. No, my grandmother, she would put olive oil in our ear. When we
Yeah,
had
my
it,
grandma did that.
she would warm it up on a spoon over the stove, and then I'd run away because sometimes she didn't let it cool off enough.
Not that hot.
Well, Miss Rosemary's mother, your daughter has third-degree burns on her eardrum.
Oh gosh.
Peggy's grandpa put beer in their bottles when he would babysit. Oh, Lord.
Oh.
They used
Well,
to roll up paper and blow smoke into.
Yeah, that helps the earache big time. For you
smoke?
burn the newspaper in your ear.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that done.
It will because when you get like a air bubble or trapped air in your ear, if you'll take
Oh, okay. So
a
just
newspaper, make a funnel, and you stick it down in your ear, and you light the top of it, and it goes whoosh.
oh, couldn't you just like breathe heavy instead of putting smoke in there?
No.
Oh, okay. Just wondering.
I remember my daddy blowing his cigarette smoke in my ear when I had an earache. Walk around smelling like Bel Air cigarette. Aaron's wanting some homemade cough syrup.
Oh boy.
That's like Sophie. We gave her Benadryl, and I thought she would take a nap because my big dog, you give her Benadryl and she was out like a light. Sophie, it's like crack. It's the opposite on this little girl.
I think I'm gonna have to put like a little trim around this edge of something black and white. May not be this fabric, but it has to be a little narrower than that. Probably like a thin little bias right there. Oh yes, I like it already. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Ladies, do you have any questions? You have any ideas? Because my brain is done.
So now you only have to come up with one more kit, and caboodle year is over.
Oh my gosh.
2020, year of the caboodle. Maybe it's your caboodles that are opening up all these portals into all this crazy crap that's happening in 2020.
Yeah.
It's a curse of the caboodle.
Yeah, because I did start it in January
Yes, you did.
before we knew about the COVID.
Yes, you did. I think it was the funky fish that waylaid the
Put us over
COVID
the
on us.
edge, huh?
Man, this lady on the Weather Channel, she is standing here and she's got her cell phone way up in the air and she is about to blow away. Oh my gosh. They said 40 miles, storm surge, 40 miles inland.
Wow.
I am so glad that we are not at the old house. That's all I got to say.
What did they say?
So it's already inland, right?
Oh,
No, it's not. It's not supposed to
Oh.
make landfall till 2 a.m. But you
Oh.
know the bands of a Cat 4.
Yeah.
Oh
my goodness.
TJ said it's coming back into Italy big time.
What are we talking about?
The COVID.
COVID. Yeah, I heard on the news earlier that 3 different countries. I forget what they were. It's France, Italy, and forget the other one now. They're considering a complete lockdown again because it's really coming back, and it's coming with people under 40 years old. It's hitting them worse now than the over 60 like before.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, and they think that it's because they're just becoming very lax. They, lackadaisical about it, so they're exposing themselves more.
I almost did, and I said, no, not worth it.
Oh, but I mean, how long can you expect? I mean, we've been on lockdown for 5 months.
At least.
I mean, I'm really, really enjoying working from home. The commute is wonderful. I love it. Man, the commute is great.
Yeah, see, I'm not getting a real picture of what's going on because most of my friends can work from home or are retired or something. That's not the real world. The real world of people, their jobs are gone. And I don't know how they're coping at all. I don't know how they're doing it.
Well, a lot of people chose to not work because of the package.
Oh, uh-huh.
And then they were gonna end it, but I think they extended it or something like that.
Yeah,
so
I heard something about an extension.
I mean, like at my business, we're full on. Production is there. The production, the quality and color lab, all of those are working. So all of our manufacturing
Okay,
plants
our town here is a college town.
Yep.
So all of those people because a lot of them, they're students, but it's college and there's a nursing college here. So they're people that are married and have children and stuff like that. And to go to college and everything, their job to be flexible and be able to do, go to school, a lot of them is in the service industry. Well, those places are all closed. They don't have a job. I can't even tell you how many restaurants are just closed. They're gone. The like we had several big chain buffets that are here. They've never been open the past 4 months. They're closed. They're gone. And so a lot of those servicing at the hotels and different things that a lot of the students would work at, they don't have a job. It isn't like they're choosing not to work. The job's not there. It is kaput.
Yeah.
Well, see, like here, they're able to take those people and use them as delivery for our restaurants.
Oh, well, see, our restaurants are shut except for a few. They've shut down. They can't see, because you have a bigger population pool,
Yeah.
to keep things going. We don't. And most of the country doesn't. They're not most of the country is not, they're not big cities. There are a lot of small cities all over the place. And those cities, they can't, I mean, because our the population in my town, it's not dinky. There's 100,000 people, but um
Dang, look where it is.
but it's in the middle of nowhere. So it isn't like, okay, we can just go over here and work over here or do something. There's nothing there but mountains, the Ozarks. There's nothing. You go over here, there's nothing. There's a river. You go over there, there's nothing. It's, desert lands in Oklahoma until you get to another city. So there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to get a job. And the moratorium on rent and all those things was up last month. So my husband was talking with the police chief the other day, and they're trying to figure out what to do, because in this particular county, when you have an eviction notice, the marshal goes in and serves the eviction. And so now they're going to have to come to this decision, because they're going to get oodles of eviction notices that they're going to have to implement at the end of this month of August, beginning for September 1st. And they're trying to figure out, you just can't take thousands of people and throw them out of their apartments and houses. Where are they going to go? There's no job, there's no house, there's nothing for them to go to. So these moratoriums and these monies that have been floating around has really, helped and masked the problem, in the sense that we don't really realize how crazy it's going to get when people are no longer getting any kind of help. And we have packing plants here also. Our place is more industry as opposed to other kinds of stuff. And because things are closing up, then that means the factory that manufactures those things are closing up. And so they don't have jobs. So it's really it's just really getting pretty crazy.
Wow.
So, we don't know where they're going to go. Like a lot of our neighbors, like across the street and then down the street, we were talking to them on the phone the other day, because they were asking this question about something else. And he says he hasn't had a job. The plant closed, shut the doors down, locked up the doors 3 months ago. They tried to keep it open and leave certain shifts open, but they weren't getting enough orders to keep it open. So they're closed. And so he doesn't have a job to go to, and that industry he was in, there's not any work available at all. And they were making good money. And anything he goes and gets now, he'd be lucky if he finds a minimum wage job. And so he can't pay his mortgage, he can't pay his car payments, he can't do anything with a minimum wage job when he had a good job. And then like the stuff that you make in your company, well, your production is never going to slow down, in the sense that the people that buy your stuff are rich people.
Well, one part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a big part of it is people that buy high-end stuff, and they're not they still have a job, or they still have investments, or they own a company or something,
But like our aerospace division, where we do all the paint for Boeing and stuff, well, we could need these planes in the air.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peggy says, well, Peggy's works at a jail. She said, fortunately for me, criminals never stop breaking the law.
And especially now, people are going to be desperate.
They do virtual court now.
Oh no.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Like Aaron says, nobody wins. The people that now are going to have to be thrown out. They're not going to win. The people that haven't been getting paid their rent to pay the mortgage on their investment properties, they lose. Everybody loses. Nope. There's no winners.
I don't know.
No winners.
I need to figure it out. If we need to drink disinfectant or whatever we need to do to get this.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm just going to stay home and learn how to stitch.
I know my boss said, man, he said they sent out survey and asked the parents, and I'm like, man, get these kids back to school. My wife is about had it with the kids. She needs them out of the house. So they're doing half the school goes to school Monday and Wednesday and every other Friday. And then the other half goes to school Tuesdays and Thursdays and every other Friday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's how they're doing that if you choose to not do at home virtual learning.
Yeah. That would be a pretty good comedy. I'm sick and tired of my kids. Get them to school so they can get COVID.
Yeah.
I can't handle being around my kids anymore. Let them get COVID.
Exactly.
One of those dark comedy, dark humor. Oh, dear. All right, ladies. Well, now that we depressed everybody, my job is done.
Yep. Now I'm just going to go sit and watch the storm all night.
Yeah, now you're going to worry about the storm all night. Oh, dear.
My grandma's house is just going to be blown to smithereens.
Oh, boy. Is it still in the family, or has it?
No, they sold it, but
Oh, okay. That's sad.
when you go through town, you still always drive by and go, "That's my grandma."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we do the same thing.
Yeah, I don't need to bring home no COVID, Aaron. That's for sure. Our grocery stores closed at noon today
How come?
to let the people go home.
Oh.
And then we had a radioactive spill on the main highway to get, like to Dallas or up north. So they had to shut that down.
Oh my goodness.
And then they told everybody stay off the roads to let people trying to get out.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's crazy.
Okay, ladies.
All righty.
Everybody say goodnight to each other. Be nice.
All
I know
35 of you people.
I know
say
it takes
goodnight.
you a half hour to say goodnight to everybody.
Now you need to go and order your sashiko materials.
Yes. So I can get the proper thread.
That's right. I need to send you the link.
Yes, send me the link.
All right, everybody. Y'all have a great evening. And y'all stay safe.
Yeah, if you're in the line of that storm, stay up and be vigilant. And I hope you're gone if you're supposed to be gone.
Exactly.
Some of you people didn't want to leave, so
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
but then want a rescue worker to come out in the middle of it and get you out.
Yeah.
Because they're saying right here on the news, it says, please take tools into your attic with you to be able to get out.
Oh my gosh. Well, they learned from the last ones. That's where you end up.
Yeah.
You end up on the roof.
Well, you end up in your attic, and then once the storm surge comes, you gotta freaking get out of the attic, and the only way out is up.
Yep.
Unless you swim through like Shelley Winters in the Poseidon Adventure.
At least you didn't say the Titanic. Oh no.
Oh gosh, that's not funny.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. All right.
Awesome sauce. Well, now I'm gonna have to go play with my Sashiko.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, give me something to do all night while I'm watching the Weather Channel.
Yeah. Don't forget to send me the link.
Oh, yep, I will.
All right.
I will.
Okay, ladies. Everybody say good night.
All right. Good night, Gracie.
Night, Betty.
She said good night.
I heard her off in that distance.
Oh, okay.
She's a bellower. I heard her.
Yeah, she is. All right, ladies. Y'all have a great evening and see y'all next week.
Good night.
Good night.